Chapter 27. Lin Fei did not dare to doubt the old man's words. From his words, he could hear a strong sense of warning. He came to the conclusion that the old man must be the guardian elder of the Hidden Art Pavilion. After you have chosen your mystic art, come to me to register. Remember, you are currently at the 4th level of the martial path, so you can only choose one mystic art. The other one is an auxiliary mystic art. You may go now. Lin Feng left respectfully. For some reason, standing in front of the guardian elder, Lin Fei felt a lot of pressure. His heart was pounding, as expected of the guardian elder. After pushing the door open, the 1st floor of the Hidden Art Pavilion entered Lin Fei's sight. Rows of neatly arranged wooden shelves, filled with a long history and an ancient aura, drifted toward Zhangxian. This is the Hidden Art Pavilion. Even though it was his first time here, he could not forget about the Hidden Art Pavilion. In his dreams, he seemed to dream of entering it himself one day. He took a deep breath and suppressed the excitement in his heart. He was finally qualified to enter the Hidden Art Pavilion. In the next breath, Lin Fei's face turned bitter. He could not help but slap his forehead. Damn, there are so many mystic arts. How long do I have to choose in half an hour? If I had known, I would have asked first. Do I have to read them one by one? Lin Fei was in trouble. The 1st floor of the Hidden Art Pavilion was not just a few people, but rows of wooden shelves, like a library. According to his estimation, there were at least tens of thousands of books in front of him. Tens of thousands of books. Lin Fei was speechless again. Forget it. I'll take it one step at a time. The Hidden Art Pavilion, as the name suggested, was a place to collect mystic arts. The Divine Force sect, one of the 3 major sects of the Invincible Empire, had a collection of mystic arts that ordinary families could not compare to. This was a foundation. Mental arts, fist arts, leg arts, composition arts, blade arts, sword arts. All kinds of mystic arts were collected in different categories. At least Lin Fei did not have to continue searching blindly. Fist art, Arhut Fist, 3rd-rate mystic art. Fist art, Sun King Fist, 2nd-rate mystic art. Sword art, Sunset Sword art, a 1st-class mysterious art. Sword art, Qingyun Sword art, a 1st-class mysterious art. Leg technique, Wind God's Kick, a 3rd-rate mysterious skill. Along the way, all kinds of fist arts, sword arts, and saber arts appeared before his eyes, dazzling him. There are so many secret manuals on the 1st floor of the book depository. What about the next few floors? Lin Fei didn't dare to continue imagining it. Remembering the words of the pavilion guardian elder, he didn't dare to continue recklessly. Along the way, Lin Fei experienced the story of the monkey descending the mountain. Why did one drop a watermelon and pick up a sesame seed? It seemed that he was in this position. There were too many Xian techniques, and he didn't know where to start. Fortunately, before Lin Fei came, he had given it some thought. Mental cultivation methods were of utmost importance. They were related to his future achievements, so he could not afford to be careless. Let's go to the mysterious art mental cultivation method area first. The Hidden Technique Pavilion was separated into different categories, so it was very easy to find the corresponding area. Xiangong Mental Cultivation Area. Damn, this Xian Art Mental Cultivation Method is 2. Lin Fei stood in the middle of the wooden shelf. Both sides of the shelf were filled with mysterious art mental cultivation methods. Roughly counting, there were no less than a few hundred mysterious art mental cultivation methods. At a glance, it was so densely packed that he had no idea where to start. Ice Chi, 1st-class magic skill. He casually pulled out a book. There was an introduction in the table of contents. Ice Profound Chi, a 1st-rate profound art with a total of 10 levels. Upon mastery, the Ice Profound Chi can turn the area within a radius of 10 feet into a world of ice and snow, injuring the human body and freezing the profound Chi. After reading the introduction, It was not difficult for Lin Fei to imagine that the power of ice chi was simply a sharp weapon to hurt people. The power is not bad, but it's not what I need. Lin Fei shook his head, put the Xian Qi back to its original position, and continued to search. Blazing Sun Heart Sutra, second-tier mysterious art. Six Harmonies Heart Sutra, a third-rate mysterious skill. Immovable Overlord Heart Sutra, first-class mysterious art. Sky-splitting Blazing Sun Mantra, a first-class mysterious art. It had to be mentioned that there were many Xian Qi mental cultivation methods, just like shopping in a shopping mall. In a short time, half an incense had passed, but he had not found a satisfactory Xian Qi. Lin Fei could not help but feel anxious. If he could not find a suitable Xian Qi mental cultivation method, it would have a great impact on his future. In a hurry, Lin Fei began to speed up his search. One book after another, Lin Fei would immediately make his choice after taking a look at them. Hey, why are there a few lonely books here? On the wooden shelf, looking down, Lin Fei was used to placing the Xian Qi mental cultivation methods. Not knowing why, at a glance, he saw a few Xian Qi on a wooden shelf not far away. Not knowing why, he walked over unconsciously. After a rough look, there were a few secret books on this wooden shelf. Overlord Heart Sutra, First Class Heart Sutra, incomplete, recommended not to learn. In a flash, Lin Fei understood what was going on. It turned out that these Xian Qi mental cultivation methods were all collected from the outside. Lacking a part of it, it was not recommended to learn. After inheriting the cultivation memories, Lin Fei was clear about the Xian Qi mental cultivation methods. The Xian Qi mental cultivation method must be complete. Losing a part of it, the Xian Qi mental cultivation method would not be able to reach perfection, and his strength would be greatly affected. What a pity for these Xian Qi mental cultivation methods. Lin Fei could not help but feel that it was a pity. If it was a complete Xian Qi mental cultivation method, its value would be even greater. The incomplete Xian Qi mental cultivation method was First Class Heart Sutra, and the whole one might even be a yellow rank Heart Sutra. 9 Revolutions Heart Sutra, First Class Heart Sutra, incomplete, recommended not to learn. Just as he saw a few words, an accident occurred. Beep, the task window activated. Discovered the missing 9 Revolutions Heart Sutra, accept? The sudden sound of the system shocked Lin Fei. Before he could react, the cold voice sounded again. Discovered the missing 9 Revolutions Heart Sutra, accept? As a gaming otaku, Lin Fei immediately reacted and almost burst into laughter. He had unintentionally discovered a hidden mission, and now an unknown mission popped up. He was shocked. Could it be that he had really become an online game? Accept. Task window activated. Search for the missing 9 Revolutions Heart Sutra. Current status incomplete. Mission reward unknown. After looking through it, Lin Fei almost vomited blood. It was not easy for him to trigger a mission, but he was confused. Could it be that the search for the 9 Revolutions Heart Sutra was a mission? Lin Fei was very surprised that he had accidentally triggered a mission. He opened the leveling system once more, and the originally dull and colorless system finally brightened up. Anyone who had played online games would know that accidentally triggering a mission would result in a bountiful reward. Even Lin Fei did not expect it to be like this. Chapter 28. What was going on? Make Lin Fei excited? As it turned out, the Xian cultivation method that he had worked so hard for finally had a source. His luck was so good that it was found by Lin Fei, and he unintentionally opened the quest system. The 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method, as the name suggested, required one to reach the level of 9 revolutions in order to cultivate it to the greater success stage. Each revolution had its own mystical aspects. Just from the literal meaning, one would not be able to see the magic in it. Lin Fei was the same. 9 Revolutions Heart Sutra, a first-rate profound art, incomplete, not recommended to practice. Note, this profound art Heart Sutra was handed over by this disciple after killing a person. Once one's profound chi reaches the first revolution, one's profound chi will undergo an earth-shattering transformation, and its power will surpass that of ordinary profound chi. The only regret is that this Heart Sutra is extremely difficult to practice and requires comprehension ability. It's a pity that it lacks the follow-up Heart Sutra. At most, one can only practice until the 9th heaven of the martial Tao. If one did not read the introduction of the 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method, it would be difficult to understand its profundity. Hee, your father's luck is really good. The 9 Revolutions cultivation method is just right for me. Comprehension is not difficult for me at all. Once I cultivate the 9 Revolutions cultivation method, my power will surpass ordinary people. If I use the yellow class cultivation method, I'm afraid I can kill your opponent with one move. Lin Fei thought to himself, flipping through the 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method in his hands. Lin Fei subconsciously had a question. Could it be that this 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method has a separate manual for each realm? Compose the real 9 Revolutions mantra. He couldn't figure it out. He couldn't figure out how to issue a search mission. If it was someone else, they would just change to a different cultivation method. Lin Fei couldn't do it. The mission system was activated by accident, taking root and germinating. Changing the mysterious art mantra wasn't possible. The 9 Revolution mantra isn't bad. As for the other incomplete mantras, I'll ask the Pavilion Guardian Elder about the 9 Revolution mantra when I get out later. The cultivation method of Xian Gong was put into practice. Lin Fei felt a lot more relaxed. All that was left was a supplementary, mysterious technique. At the 4th heaven of the martial Tao, the Xian Qi in the body had just begun to circulate. It was not a good thing to cultivate an excessively powerful Xian Qi. Lin Fei already had a plan for this. He planned to learn a fist technique that was open and broad, with the meaning of charging forward. The single cut in 2 saber technique was incisive and unpredictable. This was far from enough, and he also had the invincible Vajra body at the initial realm. Learning a fist technique was a must. The best defense was to keep attacking. Lin Fei was a firm believer in these words. Attack, 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 attack until the opponent had no ability to retaliate. Thinking about the power of the indestructible body, coupled with the ferocious fist techniques, it was simply the most ferocious in the world. The fist technique was extremely powerful. It was enough. The Overlord Fist art is a first-class mysterious art. The Great Destruction Fist art, a second-grade profound art, won't do either. Flowing Cloud Divine Fist, a second-rate Xian art. In the end, according to the requirements, Lin Fei chose a third-rate Xian Gong called Universal Six-Direction Fist as his auxiliary Xian Gong, at the registration office at the entrance of the Hidden Art Pavilion. Are you sure you want to learn the 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method? A hint of surprise flashed across the gray-robed old man's calm face. This 9 Revolution mental cultivation technique had existed for a long time, and there were very few people who were willing to cultivate it. Those who succeeded in cultivating it were all people with extremely strong comprehension abilities. Lin Fei's heart skipped a beat. He couldn't help but feel nervous, thinking that he couldn't cultivate it. He maintained a calm face and asked foolishly, "Senior brother, this 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method can't be cultivated? The name looks very domineering, and I feel that it suits me quite well." The old man in gray heard this and really didn't know what to say. The 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method is not a self-created mysterious art mental cultivation method of the Divine Force sect. This mental cultivation method was obtained by a disciple of the Divine Force sect outside. In the beginning, There were many people who cultivated this mental cultivation method. The power of this mental cultivation method is extraordinary, but it is not enough. The only regret is that after this mental cultivation method is cultivated to the ultimate realm, if there is no next mysterious art mental cultivation method, your strength will remain stagnant for the rest of your life. If it is not necessary, do not cultivate it. The old man in gray thought that it was necessary to remind him. Although an outer disciple was not as good as an inner disciple, after all, he was a member of the Divine Force sect. Moreover, this kid looked silly, and it was very likely that he didn't know anything. Maybe he was cheated by someone. Could it be that this mysterious art mental cultivation method can't be changed halfway? Lin Fei asked curiously. In the beginning, there were people who regretted cultivating it and focused on other mysterious art mental cultivation methods. Unfortunately, this mysterious art mental cultivation method has a strong repulsion. No matter what kind of mysterious art one cultivates, the mysterious qi produced will be suppressed and can't be used. Lin Fei couldn't help but be shocked and thought, damn, the 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method is really awesome. No wonder. I will trigger the task system. It seems that it is destined. Thank you, senior brother, for enlightening me. I still want to cultivate this mysterious art mental cultivation method, Lin Fei said gratefully. The old man in gray was still surprised. As an elder of the Hidden Skill Pavilion, it was natural for him to give advice to the younger generation. As for how the younger generation chose, it had nothing to do with him. Moreover, he had already seen that this disciple's talent was average. If he could cultivate the 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method, it would be enough. It just depended on his comprehension. Mysterious Art Mental Cultivation Method 9 Revolutions Mental Cultivation Method. Third-rate Mysterious Art 8 Desolation 6 United Fist must be returned to the Hidden Skill Pavilion within a month. If there is any loss, must report at once back from the Hidden Skill Pavilion. Lin Fei returned to his residence. Within the Divine Force sect, anyone who had advanced to the 4th sky of Martial Path would obtain a small courtyard that belonged to them. They could use it to cultivate alone without being affected by the outside world. It was a good welfare measure within the Divine Force sect, and it was the first goal for the outer disciples. After returning to his residence, Lin Fei took out the 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method, 8 Desolation 6 United Fist, and Broken Jade Hand. One of them was even a low-grade yellow, rank mysterious art that was worth 10,000 silver. The 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method. Lin Fei was determined to learn it. No matter what flaws there were, the mission system was bound, and naturally it was impossible to give up. A few days ago, when Lin Fei defeated Zhang Zhongxing in the arena and snatched his yellow class cultivation technique, he had relied on the element of surprise. Once Zhang Zhongxing used his mystic arts, he would definitely not have a good ending. This was something that Lin Fei knew very well. The second crisis followed. Lin Fei felt a great sense of crisis. At present, the most important thing was to improve his strength as soon as possible. There was not much time left for him. The 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method has a total of 10 levels. Once I cultivate to the 4th level of the 9 Revolutions, I don't have to worry about martial artists at the level of Zhang Zhongshan again. I can definitely defeat them easily. It doesn't matter if you don't have talent. It doesn't matter if you don't understand it. Everything can be done with the upgrade system. This was the reason why Lin Fei was so confident that he could cultivate the 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method to the 4th level in a short period of time and make up for the lack of mysterious qi. The 4th level of the 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method, 8 Desolation 6 United Fist, at least reached the initial realm. At that time, who would be afraid of who? A chill flashed in Lin Fei's eyes, and he picked up the 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method. Discovered the 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method. Player Lin Fei, are you sure you want to learn it? With the prompt of the upgrade system, Lin Fei was finally relieved and a smile subconsciously hung on his mouth. Chapter 29. On this morning, the large area of the divine martial sect was bathed in the sunlight. The sky was clear for thousands of miles. It was another good day. A few aggressive outer sect disciples headed in one direction, immediately attracting the attention of the outer sect disciples. What are those people doing? Did something big happen? Our divine martial sect is one of the 3 great sects of the Buluo dynasty. Who dares to cause trouble in our sect? They must be tired of living. I seem to know that person. Oh right, I remember now. Isn't he Zhang Fenglang? A very famous person in our outer sect, and also a disciple of the Zhang clan. It can't be. Why is Zhang Fenglang here? Could it be because of Zhang Chongshan? Yes, that must be it. Lin Fei, that brat, not only did he injure Zhang Chongshan, but he also stole a low-grade, yellow-class mysterious art. This is like a slap to the face of the clan disciples. No wonder these people are so aggressive. Lin Fei is dead for sure this time. Even Zhang Fenglang came personally. I heard from a few friends that Zhang Chongshan's injuries were not light. 4 of his ribs were broken, and he almost lost his life. In the end, he ate a green jade pill and still needs to rest for a month. During this time, he can't fight. Zhang Chongshan was defeated by a loser. Everyone in the outer sect knew about it. If they didn't take revenge, they would lose face. In just a few days, Zhang Fenglang came personally. The outer sect disciples were in an uproar. Zhang Fenglang came personally. He was at the 5th sky of the martial path and had some achievements among the outer sect disciples. Dealing with Lin Fei, who had just entered the 4th sky of the martial path, was as easy as chopping vegetables. 1 to 10, 10 to 100. When the news spread, the outer sect disciples went into a frenzy. Among them, the craziest were the clan disciples. Ever since Lin Fei's incident, their clan disciples started to have bad luck. In a few sparring sessions, they were robbed of something valuable, causing them to lose a lot of strength. The culprit, Lin Fei, was undoubtedly gnashing their teeth in anger, wishing that they could tear him into pieces. When Zhang Fenglang made his move, if the family disciples didn't see Lin Fei's misfortune for themselves, they wouldn't be able to accept it. Thinking of being trampled under Zhang Fenglang's feet, they would definitely feel very emotional. Many of the family disciples began to let their imagination run wild. Lin Fei's private residence. Bang, bang, bang. A hurried voice came from outside and entered the cultivation room. What the hell? How are people supposed to continue cultivating like this? A dissatisfied voice sounded in the cultivation room. The person who spoke was none other than Lin Fei, who had never left his house since he started cultivating the 9 revolution mantra. Lin Fei's eyes were filled with displeasure. He stood up and let out a long sigh. What a pity. I could have broken through just now, but I was interrupted. Sigh. Ever since he started cultivating the 9 revolution mental cultivation technique, Lin Fei could not wait to increase his strength. Apart from eating, he never left the cultivation room. The urgent danger created an even greater motivation. Senior Brother Gao, why are you here? Coming out of the cultivation room, Lin Fei was shocked. The person outside was actually an expert. His complexion was much better than before, but his face was filled with worry. Luckily, you're here. The expert heaved a sigh of relief, as if what he had expected did not happen. What do you mean, I'm here? Lin Fei didn't understand what he meant when he opened his mouth. What are you standing there for? Come with me. Zhang Fenglang is bringing people towards you. They want to harm you. Stay away for a while. The expert was usually carefree, but he knew what was worth doing at crucial times. Lin Fei's strength had increased rapidly, reaching the 4th heavenly layer of the martial path. Against Zhang Fenglang, who was at the 5th heavenly layer of the martial path, it was obvious that he was no match for him. In terms of Xian Qi capacity, Lin Fei could easily exhaust Lin Fei to death. Furthermore, Zhang Fengling had a Xian Qi cultivation technique. Lin Fei finally understood what was going on. A strange smile appeared on his face. Why are you still laughing? That brat Zhang Fengling isn't so easy to deal with. Don't be so stubborn. The expert's expression changed again, and he couldn't help but scold Lin Fei. The expert was well aware of Lin Fei's temperament. He was worried that Lin Fei would get hot-blooded and end up facing Zhang Fengling. It would be normal for him to lose his cultivation. That was the only thing the expert was worried about. Senior Brother Gao, do you trust me? Lin Fei suddenly asked. The expert was flabbergasted, not understanding what was going on. He looked towards Lin Fei. Of course I believe you. Lin Fei smiled. Then that's it. Zhang Fengling is strong, but I have been training hard these few days. I might not lose to him. If I leave today, there will be a second time. I can hide for the first time, but I can't hide for the fifth time. Do I have to fear him in the future? Then, how can I become a true martial artist? The expert subconsciously slapped his head, annoyed and hesitant. He didn't know what to do. He hoped from the bottom of his heart that Lin Fei could leave and hide for the time being. The latter sentence touched him deeply. Martial artists should press forward, not retreat, not hide and face difficulties head-on. That was how a martial artist should be. Lin Fei didn't rush him. Instead, he waited patiently. Junior brothers, words make sense. Senior brother is a martial artist. I almost threw the profound meaning of martial arts to the back of my mind. The expert's brows relaxed as he laughed. Zhang Fengling is nothing. With us brothers here, we can beat him. 2 fists can't fight 4 hands. What's there to be afraid of? Lin Fei, get the hell out here. Zhang Fengling was just like the rumors. He had always been domineering and arrogant. No wonder he looked down on people like Lin Fei, who won by accident. Whether it was the family disciples or the grassroots disciples, they all had different attitudes at this moment. The family disciples hoped to see Lin Fei being trampled on by senior brother Zhang Fengling today. They wanted to redeem themselves from the slap they had suffered a few days ago. They wanted to use their strength to tell everyone that the family disciples were not something that the poor disciples could compare to. They wanted to get as far away from them as possible. The poor disciples were different. They hoped that Lin Fei would once again explode with his shocking potential and injure Zhang Fengling. Although everyone knew that Lin Fei was a disciple of a great clan, it was a pity that in the divine martial sect, ordinary disciples of great clans were better off than Lin Fei. After defeating Zhang Zhongshan, he was directly pulled into the ranks of commoner disciples. Lin Fei, did that brat run away? Why would he run? He can run, but the temple can't. Of course he's afraid. If senior brother Zhang Fengling is here, Lin Fei is nothing. The outer disciples finally had a place to vent their anger. They couldn't wait for Lin Fei to show himself. Chapter 30. Lin Fei's location was a little more secluded. No one dared to say anything when Zhang Fengling brought his men over. If they were caught in the crossfire, they would still be the unlucky ones. Whose dog is barking? Hurry up and pull it back before it starts barking outside. Just when everyone thought that Lin Fei wouldn't come out and choose to be a coward for the rest of his life, an arrogant voice rang out. Arrogant, too arrogant. Zhang Fengling's face turned green. The door opened and someone came out. Lin Fei and the master walked out leisurely. Lin Feng's tone wasn't polite, treating some people like cats and dogs. To some people, this was undoubtedly a good thing. What kind of person was Zhang Fengling? As mentioned before, he was an arrogant person who looked down on outer sect disciples who were weaker than him, not to mention a small character like Lin Fei. You're Lin Feng. Zhang Fengling's face darkened as he stared at Lin Fei. It was this person who had caused the Zhang clan's younger brothers to have a hard time recently. It's just a nickname. I didn't expect senior brother Zhang to know it. I'm surprised, Lin Fei said lightly. Humph, I thought you Lin Fei had 3 heads and 6 arms, but now it seems like you're just SOSO. No wonder you injured junior brother Zhang Chongshan. Zhang Fengling shook his head in disappointment. Those who knew Zhang Fengling well knew that he was angry, and the consequences would be severe. If senior brother Zhang is here for this matter, feel free to speak. I, Lin Fei, will take care of everything. Lin Fei didn't hold back either. Lin Fei would never be courteous to anyone who came knocking on his door. It did not matter who the other party was, even if it was the emperor himself. Junior brother, you're really brave. Zhang Fenglong's tone changed. But you've gone too far by injuring my junior brother. If you kneel down now, say that you're trash, and repent in front of junior brother Zhang Chongshan, I can promise you that everything that happened before will be forgotten. What a smart plan. Hearing this, everyone's expression changed. At this moment, there were a few people in the outer court that had been paying attention to the movements in the arena. Brother Zhang is good at scheming. This time, Lin Fei has no choice but to make a choice. If he offends Zhang Fengling, his fate will be miserable. I really don't know what kind of luck this guy has to raise his strength to the 4th stage of the martial path. His deep voice was tinged with jealousy and anger. In the past, Lin Fei molested Luo Zian. Fortunately, the Lin family made a decision early and gave up a lot of benefits. Otherwise, even if Lin Fei didn't die, he would become a piece of trash. How could he stay in the Divine Force sect for 4 years and not dare to take a step back home? It is said that the competition of 5 years is about to begin. The Lin family is already destined to decline. If at this time there is news that Lin Fei, the trash, was beaten to death, I wonder what will happen. Zhang Zhongshan's complexion was very bad. Clearly, the injuries on his body were not that easy to recover from. When he mentioned Lin Fei's name, he had a bellyful of anger that he had nowhere to vent. Ever since he woke up, Zhang Zhongshan didn't dare to go out. Everywhere he went, people talked about him. He couldn't accept those words. Brother Zhang is right. The Lin clan is destined to begin its decline. In the large competition that happens once every 5 years, if the Lin clan does not have a genius disciple, its power will be greatly affected. I believe that City Lord Luo is very willing to close one eye and completely remove the Lin clan from the list to vent the resentment from before. Li Xiao didn't look outstanding, but his aura was very cold, like a poisonous snake in the darkness. Senior brother Zhang, what do you think I should choose? Lin Fei smiled. The experts beside him subconsciously looked at him, advising him not to be impulsive and not to fall into the other party's trap. It was obvious that Zhang Fengling came with evil intentions. Zhang Fengling laughed, looking down on Lin Fei. Of course, I'll do as senior brother says. I don't think junior brother Lin Fei will reject my good intentions. You have to understand that you're at the 4th heavenly layer of the martial path, and I'm at the 5th. As your senior brother, it's only right for me to remind you. Lin Fei was silent for a moment. Then he suddenly cursed. Choose your ass. I'll choose your whole family. Good, very good. This is your choice. Zhang Fengling never liked to use peaceful means before resorting to force. To deal with small fries, it was better to use force. Since you injured my junior brother, you should take a blow from me. Hearing this, everyone's expression changed. The 5th sky of the martial path was not only about Xian arts. Xian arts were better than the 4th sky of the martial path. Xian arts and Xian arts could be changed at will without any flaws. Senior brother, you don't have to be so polite. I have just learned a Xian art recently. Please give me some pointers. Lin Fei's answer was also unexpected. This unexpected answer was not the end. Lin Fei took a step forward. His eyes shone like torches, and he gave off a powerful aura. Although this aura was somewhat shaky compared to most of the outer sect disciples, it was still somewhat certain. Provocation. It was definitely a provocation. Zhang Fenglong's expression changed again. It was obvious that he was angered by Lin Fei. The strength of the 5th sky of the martial path was not very strong. But in the outer sect, how could Lin Fei be a match for him? Lin Fei was clearly overestimating himself. The surrounding disciples dispersed, making an empty space. Lin Fei, be careful, don't force yourself. The expert patted Lin Fei's shoulder. Don't worry, I won't be reckless. After all, I only have one life. There won't be a second one. Hearing this, the expert was completely confused. Broken jade hand. Lin Fei let out a roar. His body flickered as he floated in the air. His left and right hands suddenly turned green and emitted a cold light. A powerful aura was emitted from his hands. Once this Xian art appeared, the crowd's expression changed again. Lin Fei had learned the broken jade hand in a short period of time. When he used it, an earth-shattering aura could be felt. Many people sucked in a breath of cold air. What the hell? How could you have learned the broken jade hand? Zhang Fenglong's expression changed. This yellow rank Xian art required a certain level of comprehension. There were some parts that needed to be personally explained by someone, because he had learned this Xian art before. A yellow rank Xian art that could not be mastered in a short period of time came from Lin Fei's hands. This was not a small blow. It was no less than a slap to their faces. Zhang Fenglong's expression did not change when others learned this Xian art. Only this brat, Lin Fei, was starting to suspect that this guy was enlightened. Haha, I have comprehended it well. Bite me if you dare. Humph, you want to use the broken jade hand to humiliate us? You, Lin Fei, are gravely mistaken. Chapter 31. Low-grade yellow class Xian attack, broken jade hand. A low-grade yellow class Xian art. In terms of mastery, Zhang Fenglang was not worried that Lin Fei, who had just started learning Xian arts, would be his match. A yellow-grade Xian art was a powerful one in the eyes of outsiders. It was much more powerful than other Xian arts, and its mastery was not something that ordinary Xian arts could compare to. When Lin Fei used a yellow-grade Xian art, Zhang Fenglang was at most surprised, but he was not worried that he would not be able to deal with Lin Fei. In terms of mastery, Lin Fei was even more inferior. How could Lin Fei be his match? It had been more than a year since Zhang Fenglang had learned this mystic art. Lin Fei using this mystic art was like trying to show off in front of his ancestor. It was like he was trying to hang himself, seeking death. Broken jade hand, soft within the hardness. Junior brother Lin Fei, when did you learn a yellow-grade Xian art? No wonder you are so confident. It seems like what happened last time was a big blow to you. When the expert saw Lin Fei attack, he immediately retreated. When he saw Lin Fei use the Xian art, he was even more shocked. He did not expect this result. Yellow-grade Xian art. It was worth 20,000 gold, and even a commoner could not afford it, other than those from the big clans. A mere fourth sky of the martial path cultivates a yellow-grade Xian art, which was above the first-rate Xian art. The expert was originally worried, but after seeing Lin Fei's performance, he let out a long sigh of relief. At the same time, facing Lin Fei, who was getting stronger, the others were all dissatisfied. For example, Zhang Zhongshan and Li Xiao. How could this be? How could that brat Lin Fei learn a yellow-grade Xian art? Back then, when I was practicing this Xian art, I had Big Brother to guide me. It took me a lot of effort to learn it. Zhang Zhongshan's eyes were wide open, and his face was full of disbelief. If it was anyone else, they would not believe it. Everyone knew that yellow-class martial arts were divided into upper, middle, and lower grades. The upper grade was the hardest to cultivate, and it required a certain level of comprehension. Although the lower grade did not require much comprehension, it was not something an ordinary person could cultivate, and it required a certain amount of guidance. It was easy to imagine how the abandoned son of Lin Fei's family could learn it in such a short period of time. It was simply inconceivable. Brother Zhang, there's no need to worry. So what if he learned a yellow class cultivation method? I reckon he hasn't even reached the minor accomplishment stage. How can he display its ultimate power? Don't forget, a yellow class cultivation method requires the support of Xian Qi. Do you, think that Lin Fei Kid can reach the fourth heaven of martial path with his heart cultivation method? Li Xiao didn't seem to care, but he felt very uncomfortable in his heart. In their eyes, Lin Fei was a piece of trash. He had a powerful family background, yet he was in such a miserable state in the Divine Force sect. He was simply a disgrace to them. Hearing this, Zhang Chongshan's pale face recovered a lot. The broken jade hand against the broken jade hand had become a good show. Everyone was shocked to see a yellow class cultivation method being displayed. It might be able to comprehend something and increase one's combat power. This had happened many times. Guys, who do you think will win between the two? Of course it will be senior brother Zhang Fengling. His strength has reached the fifth heaven, and Lin Fei has caught up. How can he be a match for him? Even if he has practiced the broken jade hand. So what? Senior brother Zhang Fenglong's broken jade hand is obviously more powerful than his opponent. I guess it must have reached the great accomplishment stage. A great accomplishment yellow class cultivation method is comparable to a middle class yellow class cultivation method. Lin Fei didn't use anything else but this cultivation method. He deserves to be unlucky. Trying to show off in front of an expert is asking for trouble. I think junior brother Lin Fei will regret it later. Of all the things he could have used, he just had to use the broken jade hand. Everyone's eyesight was not bad, and they could vaguely see the difference in Xian Qi. One of them was light green, and it was obvious that he had just practiced it. The other was dark green, and it emitted a dangerous aura. Regardless of who practiced Xian Qi, there would always be a few levels. First was the beginner level of Xian Qi. It was equivalent to simple mastery. Its power surpassed ordinary Xian Qi. Next was the small accomplishment in Xian Qi. Xian Qi could be used subconsciously, and the changes within could be completely used. Next was the great accomplishment stage. At this level, the power of Xian Qi would increase by several times, and the profound hidden within would be easily grasped. The difference in Xian Qi was reflected in the mastery of Xian Qi. One was a beginner, while the other had a small accomplishment. It was obvious what would happen. There was no need to guess too much. Bam! 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 Zhang Fenglong's broken jade hand was like a howling gale. Every strike brought with it a violent aura. Even a boulder in front of him would shatter under such attacks. Under such violent attacks, Lin Fei was in a state of being beaten up, but there was still no sign of him being defeated. The outer sect disciples were all shocked. How could this be? Zhang Fengling, who was at the fifth sky of the martial path, was unable to defeat Lin Fei with his broken jade hand. It was hard to believe. Senior brother's Xian Qi is only SOO. It doesn't seem powerful. Take this. Lin Fei laughed out loud. Facing the violent jade shattering palm attack, he managed to block all of them. He didn't seem to be injured at all. The spiritual monkey's movement technique moved once again, flashing left and right. He waved his hand and pressed down from above. The faint green color suddenly changed, creating a strong gust of wind. In the previous attacks, Zhang Fengling had used up half of his power to suppress a stage for martial artist. He had expended a lot of Xian Qi, but when his palm landed, it felt like he had landed in the middle of the ocean. He was shocked. You've actually trained the broken jade hand to the small accomplishment stage? How did you do it? Although Zhang Fengling was suspicious, he felt that Lin Fei's broken jade hand was not as good as his. Sooner or later, Lin Fei would be defeated. Either he would be heavily injured, or his Xian Qi would be exhausted. When Lin Fei entered the small accomplishment stage from the small accomplishment stage, he was slightly shocked. Nonsense, if you can train it to the large accomplishment stage, why can't I? Later, I will use the broken jade hand to defeat you. Let's see what Zhang Zhongshan and the rest have to say then. Lin Fei sneered and pressed down with his palm. A buzzing sound came from midair, making people's scalps go numb. The real, small accomplishment stage of the golden level. There was a hint of toughness in his palm. Zhang Fenglang was enraged. With a flip of his hand, he unleashed the broken jade hand. With one palm, he slapped Lin Fei's hand, while his other hand punched towards Lin Fei's lower abdomen from a strange angle. In an instant, Lin Fei was in danger. You know fist arts, I know fist arts too. Breathing out Xian Qi, Lin Fei was slightly stunned. He immediately used the broken jade hand and used the Xian cultivation fist art. 8 Desolation Fist. Chapter 32. 8 Desolation Fist. Originally, it was a fist technique created by cultivators. The fist technique contained large movements and a tyrannical aura. Anything that stood in its way would be killed, destroyed. 8 Desolation Fist was a third-grade Xian art that Lin Fei had picked from the Hidden Arts Pavilion. With the help of the level-up system, Lin Fei did not have to worry about the difficulty of this fist technique. The only thing he was worried about was the lack of time. This was the first time he used the 8 Desolation Fist, and Lin Fei's aura was influenced by it. F***CK. You dare to compete with me in fist techniques? Who do you think you are? My 8 Desolation Fist will definitely kill you. Lin Fei was amused. Even though this fist technique was nothing compared to a yellow class palm technique, it would be the best for Lin Fei in the current situation. As soon as Zhang Fenglang used his fist technique, Lin Fei immediately followed suit. Without hesitation, he punched out at Zhang Fenglang's chest. The wind from the punch caused Zhang Fenglang's face to hurt. It's just a third-grade fist technique, break. Zhang Fenglang laughed coldly. His fist technique was a first-grade Xian art. How could it be blocked by a third-grade Xian art? He wanted to heavily injure his opponent. Bang, bang, bang. Their fists collided, and the violent aura caused the two's expressions to change. Lin Fei's expression changed. His fist technique was much more powerful than he had imagined, and it seemed like it was going to shatter his opponent's fist. Zhang Fenglang's change was that he would definitely be able to defeat Lin Fei if he used both his fist and palm techniques at the same time. Lin Fei would definitely be defeated if it wasn't a low-grade yellow class technique. However, the fist and palm attacks were like stones sinking into the ocean. An intense pain came from his fist, and the blood in his body was roiling. Ha, it doesn't feel good, does it? Lin Fei laughed. The feeling of punching flesh was indescribable. Compared to fighting on the streets, it felt so much better. Martial artists sure are powerful. Return of 8 Desolation. Total annihilation. Sweep the wild lens. Lin Fei's hands did not stop. The 8 Desolation 6-direction fists displayed its power. The 3 moves were the most powerful and consumed the most Xian Qi, but he was not worried at all. The power was stronger than he had imagined, and this was more than enough. He threw out wave after wave of fist shadows. In addition, he had the invincible Vajra body. Even though he had made some progress, his physical body was stronger than that of a Tier 5 realm of the martial way, and he had an advantage in defense. The 8 Desolations and 6 Harmonies fist technique was beyond Lin Fei's imagination. Under the operation of the qi, every punch was like a tiger, like a giant reappearing, and anyone who stood in front of it would be torn to pieces. Senior brother Zhang, you can't block my attack. Hurry up and admit defeat. Since you're my senior brother, I can let you go back. Otherwise, you'll have to go back lying down. It was Lin Fei's first time using the 8 Desolations and 6 Direction fists. He knew that his fist technique was the most suitable for him. On the other hand, Zhang Fenglang was constantly being forced back, looking pathetic. Out of 10 punches, there would definitely be 1 or 2 that landed on the opponent. Zhang Fenglang naturally did not feel good. His hands began to tremble, unable to block. His expression changed constantly, unable to understand how his opponent could be so strong. Your fist technique is only a 3rd-grade Xian skill. How can it be so powerful? Did you eat some medicinal pill? Zhang Fenglang's blood was boiling, and his expression was extremely unnatural. At the Tier 5 realm of the martial way, he believed that dealing with a kid like Lin Fei was just a matter of a few rounds. You'll know when you lose. Facing Zhang Fenglan's endless punches, his heart sank again. If this continued, the situation would definitely not be right. He could not figure out how Lin Fei could be so strong. Lin Fei displayed his might, using the 8 desolations and 6 direction fists, once again provoking the outer sect disciples. Junior brother Lin Fei, could it be that he's really enlightened? He can even learn a yellow class Xian skill? Didn't they say that Lin Fei's comprehension is poor and has always been stuck at the second realm of the martial path? F***CK, I've also learned the 8 desolations and 6 direction fists. How can it not be as powerful as Lin Fei's? Could it be that my comprehension is really that bad? You're wrong. It's not that you didn't learn it well. It's just that Lin Fei used this fist technique to its fullest potential. Complete mastery of the 8 desolations and 6 harmonies fist technique, coupled with terrifying Xian Qi. To be able to reach such a level of power, it must be the 9 Revolutions Heart Sutra from the Martial Arts Pavilion that no one has ever learned. What? 9 Revolutions Heart Sutra? Damn it! How did Lin Fei learn that Heart Sutra? Isn't that a trash Heart Sutra? When did he have such strength? No wonder he could rise in such a short time. So this trash went all the way to the end. Once he starts cultivating the 9 Revolutions Heart Sutra, there won't be any difficulty in the later stages of cultivation. And because the power of Xian Qi is stronger than Xian Qi of the same level, any fist technique or palm technique will be infinitely more powerful when used. Lin Fei's life is completely over. The 9 Revolutions Heart Sutra is known as a trash Heart Sutra. Whoever dares to cultivate it is the same as digging their own grave. Their lifetime achievements will be stuck at the 9th realm of the martial path, and they will never be able to become a true Xian Qi cultivator. When this outer sect disciple finished showing off, everyone couldn't help but have a strange expression because they all knew that this Heart Sutra had a drawback. Whoever cultivated it would be the same as being unable to improve for the rest of their lives. In the past, countless geniuses fell from being geniuses to the mortal world, and in the end became ordinary people, unable to become experts of the Xian Tian continent. The 9 Revolutions Heart Sutra was the main culprit. Later, many genius disciples were lost, and no one in the divine martial sect dared to cultivate this trash Heart Sutra, because cultivating the 9 Revolutions Heart Sutra was the same as ruining their lives. How could they talk about becoming an expert? No one would have thought that Lin Fei would walk all the way to the end. If he slowly grinded it out, perhaps he could become a Xian Qi cultivator in the future. Even if he became a Xian Qi cultivator, his lifespan would be greatly increased, and it was not something the 9th realm of the martial path could compare to. But now, Lin Fei was completely crippled, a real piece of trash. Even if he was strong now and could suppress others, his future was bleak. You actually cultivated the 9 Revolutions Heart Sutra. Zhang Fenglan's face revealed an expression of disbelief. Zhang Fenglang knew how terrifying this Heart Sutra was. At the same level, no matter what fist technique, when used, its power would increase by a lot. No wonder it could fight against him. Lin Fei laughed loudly. Lin Fei, do not have much talent. If I don't cultivate the 9 Revolutions Heart Sutra, do you want me to cultivate other Heart Sutras? The heavens did not let me down. I finally cultivated the 9 Revolutions, Xian Qi. Even if I wasted my entire life, you will definitely be trampled under my feet today. 8 Desolation, 6 Combination Fist. Lin Fei displayed the 8 Desolation, 6 Combination Fist again. His face revealed a very angry expression. Ever since he cultivated the 9 Revolutions Heart Sutra, Lin Fei had always been thinking about how to avoid such a thing. The words that were said outside fell into his heart without exception. Lin Fei immediately felt enlightened. The problem that had been troubling him was immediately resolved. In the Divine Force sect, no one would doubt him anymore. Why was his strength stronger than others? The 9 Revolutions Heart Sutra was originally stronger than others. Why should he worry about others suspecting him? Lin Fei, stop. I don't care about Zhang Zhongshan anymore. One cultivated the 9 Revolutions Heart Sutra, and his martial arts were tyrannical. The Divine Force sect had already verified it. Now that Lin Fei displayed his powerful fist technique and directly suppressed Zhang Fengling, it was impossible to continue sparring. It was completely looking for abuse. Zhang Fengling regretted meeting a madman like Lin Fei. One exchanged his future for a short period of martial arts realm. What a terrifying person he would become. If this continued, sooner or later he would be beaten to the point of vomiting blood. Chapter 33. P.S. If you have a ticket, please vote for Monday's Battle of Honor Roll. How could this be? Doesn't Senior Zhang have the strength of the 5th sky of the martial path? How could the Trash 9 Revolution mental art be as powerful as the rumors say? Terrifying, so terrifying. Lin Fei has really gone mad. If he's not mad, then what else could it be? If he's not a profound practitioner, he'll never be a true expert. I can't understand why he would cultivate a trash mental art just for a moment of pleasure. If there's no problem, Lin Fei's strength will increase by leaps and bounds soon. The 9 Revolution mental art is extremely difficult to learn, but once it's learned, the number of levels will increase very quickly. Who knows, there might be another expert in the outer sect, even if it's temporary. The outer sect disciples who didn't think much of it at first were all dumbfounded. The power of the 9 Revolution mental art shocked them once again. Many of the outer sect disciples didn't take the previous words seriously at all. They all knew how strong Lin Fei was. Now that he had only cultivated a trash mental art, his strength was suppressed by Zhang Fengling, who was at the 5th sky of the martial path. Anyone with a discerning eye could see that Zhang Fengling's defeat was inevitable. Lin Fei, who was at the 4th sky of the martial path, had beaten Zhang Fengling with his Xian Qi. Just thinking about it was terrifying. The 9 Revolution mental art was immediately coveted by many. Unfortunately, as they learned more about it, it was extremely difficult to learn. Those who didn't have a strong comprehension ability couldn't learn it at all. Lin Fei really didn't know what kind of dog-shit luck he had. Among the crowd, some people almost flew into a rage. How could this be? Lin Fei is a trash. How could he succeed in cultivating a trash mental art? Why? Zhang Zhongshan's face was gloomy, looking very scary. He was like a furious lion that could bite people at any time, making people not dare to look at him. They thought that Lin Fei was done for. Facing Zhang Fengling's attack, serious injuries were the lightest. Now they couldn't think of anything. As a family disciple, Zhang Zhongshan had some understanding of trash mental arts. He had thought about it before, but after knowing that his achievements were limited, he no longer paid attention. Now that he heard that Lin Fei had cultivated the 9 Revolutions Xian Qi, Zhang Zhongshan was undoubtedly very dissatisfied. All along, Zhang Zhongshan had never taken Lin Fei, the trash, seriously. Now that the trash had made a comeback and was in charge of the stage, his face was filled with resentment when he thought of his embarrassing performance on the stage. Zhang Zhongshan's expression was extremely ugly, and so was Li Xiao, because they had never thought that Lin Fei would practice the 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method, which was known as a useless mental cultivation method, just for a moment of pleasure. In the end, he really succeeded in cultivating the 9 Revolutions Qi. What kind of dog shit luck does Lin Fei have? He even managed to successfully cultivate the 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method. We must find a way to kill him. A trash like him doesn't deserve to climb over our heads. Li Xiao's face was gloomy as a cold light flashed in his eyes. Let's go. Lin Fei has cultivated the 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method. For the time being, we are not his match. However, this matter will not end like this. So what if he has cultivated the 9 revolutions mental cultivation method? He is only at the 4th sky of martial path. Once my brother has mastered the Xianqi, he will definitely teach Lin Fei a lesson. The 2 of them were not idiots. They did not dare to stay any longer. If they met again, it would not be a good thing. It was better to leave first, even if they were unwilling. Return of the 8 desolations. Lin Fei's huge fist brought a gust of wind as it landed on Zhang Fenglang's shoulder. The strong impact caused Zhang Fenglang to spit out a mouthful of blood on the spot. He staggered and almost lost his balance. Brother Zhang, this punch is not bad, right? Total annihilation. As soon as he finished speaking, another punch landed on Zhang Fenglang's back. Intense pain spread through Zhang Fenglang's body. His facial muscles twitched uncontrollably, unable to withstand the pain. How can this be? Lin Fei is just a piece of trash. How can I lose? I am a 5th sky of martial path expert. How can I lose? Impossible. Zhang Fenglang couldn't believe that he had lost so miserably. His body couldn't block the attacks, and his forehead was covered in cold sweat. Lin Fei, don't go too far. Zhang Fenglang blocked with his left and right hands. His eyes were filled with anger. If he could kill, he would have killed Lin Fei many times over. Haha, I'm going too far. You're the one who's going too far. Lin Fei laughed heartily. The 8 desolation fist landed on Zhang Fenglang's arm. 9 revolution mantra. Lin Fei had reached the 4th sky of martial path. Xianqi was abundant in his body, and his meridians had expanded. The power of the 8 desolation fist had more than doubled. Zhang Fenglang's defense was not as strong as Lin Fei's. Facing the 8 desolation fist and the 9 revolution mantra, he was doomed. You guys bullied me in the past, I admit it, but now you still dare to pester me. Do you think I am a pushover? Bam, bam, bam. Zhang Fenglang's arms were fractured. His face was filled with pain. Let me tell you, if your Zhang clan dares to cause trouble again, I don't mind crippling all of you. Don't think I won't do it. Another cracking sound came from Zhang Fenglang's chest. He flew out like a kite with a broken string. Lin Fei, you will regret this. Zhang Fenglang fell to the ground. His body was in so much pain that he could not get up. Unfortunately, before he could get up, everyone was shocked by Lin Fei's actions. This was because Lin Fei had used his movement skill and appeared beside Zhang Fenglang, kicking him out. I always mean what I say. I'll go out lying down, and I'll go out lying down. Zhang Fenglang once again felt like he was a flying man. He crashed into the crowd and knocked down many outer sect disciples. Most of them were clan disciples. Now you can get out of my sight. No one had thought that Lin Fei would be so cruel. He had injured Zhang Fenglang in front of everyone. With his injuries, he would not be able to get out of bed for at least a month. Lin Fei, you injured senior brother Zhang Fenglang. Don't think that you will get away with it. The divine martial sect is not a place where people like you can be arrogant. You will soon know how much you regret your actions. One of the family's disciples said in a threatening manner. Seeing Zhang Fenglang being supported, Lin Fei's heart was filled with an indescribable excitement. He had beaten Zhang Fenglang, who was at the 5th heaven of the martial path, to this extent, and he had only used 70% of his Xianqi. This was more terrifying than he had imagined. If you have the ability, bring it on. If you continue to talk nonsense, I will beat you up too. Lin Fei glared at them. A cruel aura was released from his body, causing their expressions to change. Lin Fei, just you wait. Chapter 34. Zhang Fenglang had come with a group of people, only to return in disappointment. This was something no one had expected. Losing to Lin Fei, who was at level 5, was like a big bomb. Everyone couldn't recover from it for a while. It would soon spread like wildfire among the outer sect disciples. What shocked them was that junior brother Lin Fei had cultivated the 9 revolutions, Xianqi. The strength of the 9 revolutions mantra was also beyond everyone's imagination. A useless mantra could have such a heaven-defying transformation. Many people were moved and almost flocked to it. Unfortunately, a useless mantra was still a useless mantra. The outer sect disciples didn't dare to cultivate it. In the Xiantian continent, they couldn't become Xian practitioners. They were destined to be powerhouses and could only live in a small place for the rest of their lives. As a result, the determination of the outer sect disciples was extinguished. If they couldn't become Xian practitioners, so what if they became the strongest among the outer sect disciples? When they met a Xian practitioner, the gap was obvious. Lin Fei had cultivated a useless mantra. Among them, the one who was least worried was the master. The 9 revolutions mantra was a useless mantra of the Divine Force sect. Everyone knew that. Only those who didn't pay attention would think this useless mantra was a real Xian skill. Little Lin, why do you have to do this? The expert had a worried look on his face and did not know what to say. He had a feeling that iron would not dare to become steel. Lin Fei knew what the master was thinking and smiled. Senior Brother Gao, you don't have to worry. Who said that cultivating a useless mantra will not make you a Xian practitioner? There are too many miracles in this world. Who knows when a miracle will befall you? It's better than being bullied by them all the time. The master didn't refute because Lin Fei had hit the nail on the head. Being bullied all the time, why not take advantage of the limited time and do something beneficial? For example, beating them up? No matter what you cultivate, you will always be my junior brother. The master immediately understood and patted Lin Fei's shoulder with a resolute face. Senior Brother Gao, take this low-grade, yellow-rank Xian art and cultivate it. It just so happens that you're lacking a powerful Xian art. In any case, I've already cultivated it, so a yellow-rank Xian art will be of great use to you. How can that be? You won it with your own hands. Otherwise, why would they attack you? I didn't even help at all. I don't deserve a reward without doing anything. The expert was slightly startled, feeling like he had been scared to death. Lin Fei was not a stingy person. The divine strength of an expert was astonishing. Sooner or later, he would become a profound practitioner. It would not be wrong to invest a little. He believed in his own judgment. Senior brother, what kind of relationship do you have with me? There's no need to be so polite. If it wasn't for the fact that you've always helped me, I wouldn't have the chance to stand here right now. In any case, a yellow class cultivation technique is useless to me. If you really feel bad about it, when you've successfully cultivated it, you can help me sell it. In fact, a yellow-ranked mysterious art was very important to a martial artist who was just starting out. After talking for a while, the expert was no match for Lin Fei. Even when he placed the yellow-ranked mysterious art, broken jade hand in his heart, the expert still felt like he was dreaming. The value of a yellow-ranked mysterious art was clear in the expert's heart. The way he looked at Lin Fei changed. Unknowingly, a seed was planted in his heart, and the relationship between the two became closer. A yellow-ranked mysterious art is useless to me, but in the future I'll get a helper. It's not a bad return. Just like what he said, a yellow-ranked mysterious art. Lin Fei really did not take it to heart. With the leveling system, the future was destined to be smooth sailing. His strength increased even faster. In less than a month, he was close to the 5th sky of the martial path. His Xian Qi could form bundles and attack people through the air. Such an achievement could be said to be an experienced genius among the outer sect disciples. No one could compare to him. Returning to the small courtyard, Lin Fei knew that today's events would soon spread. His strength had increased, and he was not suspected. It was as if a stone was removed from his heart, and his whole body relaxed. Up until now, Lin Fei was most worried that his change would be noticed by others. In the Xiantian continent, the strong preyed on the weak. If he was found out that he had a leveling system, it would undoubtedly become a nightmare in their eyes. Sooner or later, it would be nipped in the bud. The problem that he had been worried about all this time was solved so easily. It was completely beyond Lin Fei's imagination. To be honest, this simple method was too easy. It was as if there was a glimmer of hope at the end of the tunnel. Zhang Fenglong's strength is very strong. Unfortunately, I attacked him at close range. If I used Xian Qi to attack people through the air, it would definitely be more difficult to deal with him. Defeating Zhang Fenglang did not make Lin Fei proud of himself. In the Xiantian continent, the fifth sky of the martial path was just a dividing line between the lower levels of martial arts. If he was proud of himself because of this, then Lin Fei would have to be out of his mind to think that way. The 8 Desolation Fist is a third-grade mysterious art. When used with the 9 Revolutions mysterious Qi, it is no less than a first-grade mysterious art. Could it be that the 9 Revolutions mantra can increase the power of mysterious arts? Lin Fei couldn't help but think about the pros and cons of this mantra. Searching for the missing 9 Revolutions mantra. Could it be because this mantra is a special mysterious art mantra? The power of the 8 Desolation Fist and the broken jade hand was beyond imagination. Anyone who was not stupid would be able to see through it. Even though Lin Fei was a person who was good at thinking, the mysteries of the 9 Revolutions mantra were not something that could be seen in a short amount of time. Zhang Fenglang lost to me, so he won't be fighting again for a while. With the 9 Revolutions mantra, I should have enough time to focus on training. I should first increase my strength to the 5th sky of the martial path. When that time comes, I can use Xian Qi to attack people through the air and then face off against someone at the 5th sky of the martial path. That evening, an unfamiliar guest arrived at Lin Fei's residence. The guest was dressed in the outer sect disciple uniform. Under the green robe, he looked transparent and shrewd. The moment he opened his mouth, he was very friendly, as if he was very familiar with Lin Fei. My surname is Wen, and my name is Wen Tian. First of all, I would like to congratulate junior brother Lin Fei for defeating Zhang Fenglang. Lin Fei was slightly startled. He didn't know this person at all. He couldn't help but reply, it was just a fluke. I guess the one who loses next time will be me. Wen Tian laughed. Whether it's luck or not, junior brother Lin Fei was able to defeat Zhang Fenglang, who is at the 5th sky of the martial path. This is really a good thing. Today, I especially bring you good news. I think junior brother Lin Fei will be very happy when the time comes. Even if Zhang Fenglang comes again in the future, he won't dare to act rashly. Senior brother Wen, please speak. Chapter 35. Strong your mom. Strong your whole family. Strong your ancestors. Lin Fei cursed in his heart. How could he not know what senior brother Wen Tian meant? The strongest? Only a fool would have such an idea. So what if he was the strongest in the outer sect? Lin Fei didn't believe that they would be so kind as to invite him to become a member. After hearing the news, there must be a monster behind it. Before obtaining the level-up system, Lin Fei was an inconspicuous existence among the outer sect disciples. If it wasn't for his victory in the arena and the news of him successfully cultivating the 9 Revolution mantra, no one would know that he was an outer sect disciple. Lin Fei didn't need to think to know what was going on. Zhang Fenglang was defeated by him in the day, and someone immediately came to invite him to join the organization. He didn't need to think to know that Wen Tian wasn't so kind. There were many outer sect disciples in the divine martial sect. In order to not be bullied, they created organizations one after another. Among the outer sect disciples, once there was a powerful expert, they would usually be recruited by the outer sect disciples and become a member of the organization. Lin Fei knew about Qin Shaosheng. He was a martial artist in the divine martial sect's outer sect who had reached the 8th level of the martial path and formed the protective aura. He was famous in the outer sect, so it was impossible not to know him. Senior brother Wen Tian, I'm sorry, but I don't have any intention of joining the organization for the time being. Lin Fei rejected politely. Unless he was an idiot, he would never agree to it. Lin Fei didn't like to be restrained by others. In the day, he spread the news, and in the evening, he was invited. It was obvious that they wanted him to be their fighter. What **T experts? They were all flashy existences. Therefore, Lin Fei wouldn't join the organization, no matter how tempting it was. If he rejected coldly, it would be equivalent to offending the outer sect disciples. Lin Fei wouldn't do that. Therefore, he spoke politely. He didn't want to offend them in order to gain more time to cultivate. What? You don't want to join? Wen Tian couldn't help but reveal a surprised expression. Obviously, he didn't expect that Lin Fei would be so insensible. Wen Tian didn't care about a mere disciple at the fourth sky of the martial path. If it wasn't for the fact that he cultivated the 9 Revolution mantra, they wouldn't even care about him. The 9 Revolution Heart Sutra was powerful in the outer sect, but that was all. They had hopes of breaking through to the profound practitioner realm. Lin Fei, who cultivated a trashy Heart Sutra, could at most be treated as a hired thug. And so, tonight's scene appeared. Before coming here, Wen Tian had thought that once he brought up senior brother Qin Xiaoxing's name, Lin Fei would definitely agree immediately, and an expert would immediately appear in the organization. Although he would have to pay a certain price, the effect would undoubtedly be significant. I appreciate senior brother Wen Tian's good intentions, Lin Fei said indifferently, once again refusing. Wen Tian wasn't willing to give up. If he couldn't invite Lin Fei into the organization, he would be laughed at by the others when he returned. His tone sank. Junior brother Lin, you have to think this through. Don't regret it. If you join the organization, you will no longer be alone. If you want pills, if you want weapons, if you want cultivation techniques, the organization will provide you with them. The benefits are unimaginable. Hearing this, Lin Fei heard the temptation in the other party's words. If it was the previous master, he would definitely agree, but Lin Fei wouldn't be tempted by the small benefits. Junior brother's strength is too low right now, and I really can't help much. If I want to join, I will definitely take the initiative to contact you. But now, junior brother really doesn't want to join. Sure enough, you have a stubborn temper. The rumors are true. No wonder you ran to cultivate the 9 Revolution Heart Sutra. I really don't know what kind of dog shit luck you have. Wen Tian cursed in his heart. It would be a great honor for senior brother Qin to invite someone. But in the end, Lin Fei didn't care about it, which made Wen Tian unhappy. Forget it then. I hope that junior brother Lin won't regret it in the future. Wen Tian left with a face full of anger. After sending Wen Tian off, Lin Fei could clearly feel the threat in the last sentence. It was clear that his actions this time had annoyed them, and he had undoubtedly offended an earth energy expert among the outer disciples. In front of him was the Zhang clan, Li clan, and behind him was an outer disciple. Lin Fei couldn't help but smile bitterly. Right after Wen Tian left, a few other outer sanctum senior brothers came. They all represented the organizations behind them and invited Lin Fei to join them. Moreover, they promised him all kinds of benefits. Lin Fei had long guessed that there was something fishy about it. How could he agree to it, as they thought? He politely rejected them all. Anyway, he had offended these outer disciples. Knowing this, Lin Fei didn't regret it at all. If he depended on others, he would never have freedom. Moreover, they didn't intend to treat him as a master, but as a thug. Now, Lin Fei needed time to cultivate. The next day, in the Divine Force sect, Lin Fei had cultivated the 9 Revolutions Qi, which immediately became a big news. Undoubtedly, Lin Fei's actions once again became a joke. Although the 9 Revolutions mental cultivation method was good, it required him to sacrifice his future. It was not worth it at all. Lin Fei was once again labeled as a madman. After defeating Zhang Fengling, who was at the 5th heaven of martial path, they didn't dare to act rashly, for fear of becoming the next target. The low-level disciples didn't dare to say anything, and the high-level outer disciples wouldn't be bored to make life difficult for a madman like Lin Fei. Anyway, Lin Fei's achievements would stop at the ninth heaven of martial path at most. As the person involved, Lin Fei once again put on a bloody clothes and began to be a butcher again. Lin Fei needed to level up. Although the slaughterhouse had a task quota, with Lin Fei's reputation, he didn't need to do much. Yi Huan immediately agreed, for fear of offending a madman like Lin Fei. She didn't dare to ask the reason and quickly arranged a position for him. Time flew by, and another 10 days passed. Third rank demonic beast, jungle leopard, obtained 40 experience points. Third rank demonic beast, jungle leopard, obtained 40 experience points. Second rank demonic beast, pine rat, obtained 30 experience points. In the slaughterhouse, Lin Fei had a room to himself, which was a special request. No one dared to doubt Lin Fei's label as a madman. Anyway, they all stayed far away from him, which saved them a lot of trouble. Whoosh! He wiped the sweat from his forehead. Lin Fei showed a different smile on his face. Second rank demonic beast, pine rat, obtained 30 experience points. Congratulations to player Lin Fei for completing the level up experience points and successfully advancing to the fifth heaven of the martial path. Congratulations to player Lin Fei for successfully advancing to the fifth heaven of the martial path. Obtained 1,500 taels of silver for the wind-like body technique. The familiar voice sounded again. Lin Fei understood that he had leveled up and reached the fifth heaven of the martial path. Finally, the fifth heaven of the martial path. He could feel the profound energy flowing through his body, thickening once more. With just a slight circulation of his profound energy, he could feel a cold aura seeping through the pores of his arms. The profound energy that had been unable to burst out of his body earlier suddenly shot out like a needle, piercing through the air with a piercing sound. Bang, bang, bang. Under the mysterious chi, the sturdy wooden stake directly exploded and turned into wood dregs. Chapter 36. After leveling up, Lin Fei could not hide his joy. He immediately opened the leveling system and checked his attributes. Player Lin Fei. Level 5 of the martial path. Distance from next leveling up martial arts. Saber technique, expert level, invincible body of Vajra, intermediate level. Level 4 of 9 revolution mantra, expert level, 8 desolation fist. Intermediate level, jade breaking hand. Combat skill, none at the moment. Treasure, none at the moment. Supernatural power, none at the moment. Mission, unknown mission, incomplete. System evaluation. Congratulations to Lin Fei for taking another important step forward. Keep up the good work and continue leveling up. Seeing the system evaluation. Lin Fei was already used to it. At least it was better than the previous evaluation. Damn, 300,000 experience points? Lin Fei's eyes widened. He thought his eyes were playing tricks on him. How did he get 300,000 experience points? Compared to the previous level, it was 200,000 experience points higher. He could not help but be shocked. He subconsciously grabbed a rank 3 forest leopard. He attacked and killed it. Killed rank 3 forest leopard. Gained 20 experience points. Lin Fei frowned and smiled bitterly. It's really the same as an online game. My character level increases, but my experience points decrease. Unwilling to give up, he tried to kill a rank 2 pinewood rat and gained 15 experience points. The experience points decreased by half, just like in an online game. The demon beast experience points are really too little. 300,000 experience points to level up and kill low-level demon beasts. I need at least 10 to 20,000 demon beasts. It is impossible for the Gate of Divine Force to have such a large number of demon beasts. It seems that I need to find another place to level up. Originally, he had been thinking about how to kill low-level demon beasts and reach the level 9 of the martial path. Now that he thought about it, it was just his wishful thinking. Regarding this, Lin Fei could not help but smile bitterly. Daydreams did not seem too reliable. Under the noon sun, on the tree-lined path leading to the reward area, voices could be heard. Damn, isn't he the crazy Lin Fei? What? The Lin Fei who cultivates the trash mental cultivation method? Did I hear it wrong? Sure. Keep your voices down. Lin Fei is no longer the same as before. If you dare to speak like that again, be careful of that madman Lin Fei. He won't show any mercy. Don't forget Zhang Fenglong's lesson. F***CK, I almost forgot. Lin Fei has now cultivated the 9 revolutions profound qi. He is not someone that we low-level disciples can bully. That lunatic Lin Fei. Why isn't he cultivating? Why did he come to the bounty area? Don't say any more. Let's go quickly. Be careful of trouble. On a tree-lined path, outer sanctum disciples came and went, because if they continued forward, they would reach the Divine Force Gates reward area. Moments ago, the disciples had been chatting and laughing, but as soon as they saw Meng Hao appear, they quickly left. It was as if they had run into a demon king, and they didn't dare to stay for even half a step. F***CK, why are you running? I don't eat people. When the green-robed Lin Fei appeared and looked at the departing outer sect disciples, he rubbed his nose and couldn't help but laugh out loud. He was in a very good mood. I guess I won't be able to get rid of this lunatic label in a short time. After advancing to the 5th heaven of the martial path, he spent 3 days to master the control of profound qi. Before the monthly competition started, Lin Fei decided to go to the bounty area to find a suitable mission for himself. Bounty area, a unique place in the Divine Force Gate. In layman's terms, through the bounty missions issued by the Divine Force Gate, one could obtain merit points after completing the mission. Through merit points, one could obtain various profound arts, weapons, and items of the Divine Force Gate. All kinds of bounty missions had always been popular among the Divine Force Gate disciples, be it low-level or high-level disciples. Bounty area, I hope you won't let me down. Looking at the 3 big words on the door, Lin Fei shook his head and walked into the bounty area building. As mentioned before, after the increase in strength, low-level demonic beasts couldn't satisfy the need to level up. After some searching, Lin Fei found a way to increase his strength. Bounty mission: hunt demonic beasts and obtain merit points. Bounty area hall. When Lin Fei came in, he was surprised to find that the entire bounty hall was full of people. Outer disciples were constantly coming and going, all of them here for the bounty missions. The bounty hall was like an auction house. All kinds of bounty missions were hung on a long horizontal bar, fluttering like colorful flags. It was a dazzling sight. Look, isn't that senior brother Yang Tian? To think that he really killed the rank 7 blood iron crocodile. The skin of the blood iron crocodile is worth 20,000 taels of silver. That's nothing. It's just a rank 7 blood iron crocodile. Yesterday, senior brother Meng Tian personally plucked a rainbow flower from the Blackwater mountain range. It's worth 30,000 taels of silver. It can't be, right? A rainbow flower appeared in the Wind Moon Lake. There are groups of demonic beasts there. Senior brother Meng Tian is indeed an expert at the 7th level of the martial path. He even managed to pluck a rainbow flower. Lin Fei stood in the bounty hall. All kinds of bragging could be heard from time to time, and all of them were related to the bounty missions. Some were difficult, some were easy. There were countless of them, and Lin Yin was dazzled by them. 1-star mission: head to the Black Mountain and look for 10 red heartstones. Reward: 10 contribution points and 100 taels of silver. 1-star mission: head to the Snow Mountain range and kill a snow demonic beast. Reward: 20 snow demonic beast skins. Reward: 50 contribution points and 1,000 taels of silver. 2-star mission: head to the Blackwater mountain range and bring back a rank 5 demonic beast. Reward: 200 contribution points and 2,000 taels of silver. 3-star mission: Head to the Blackwater mountain range and kill a blood iron crocodile. Reward: 50 contribution points and 10,000 taels of silver. All kinds of bounty missions could be found everywhere in the bounty zone. Among the missions, the 1-star mission was the lowest and had the highest completion rate. It was suitable for cultivators at the 4th level of the martial path. The 9-star mission was the highest, and even inner disciples had to be careful. I've come to the right place. Lin Fei rejoiced. The bounty zone was suitable for him. Ever since the experience gained from killing low-rank demonic beasts decreased, Lin Fei had been thinking about how to increase his cultivation speed. The low-rank demonic beasts in the slaughterhouse were only rank 1 to rank 3. It wasn't suitable for him to level up. It took him more than 10 days to break through to the 5th level of the martial path from the 4th level of the martial path. Now that his experience had doubled, he had no idea when he would be able to level up again. Lin Fei didn't want to waste any more time. After some thought, he decided on a place: Blackwater Mountain Range. This place came into Lin Fei's sight. Blackwater Mountain Range was the land of demonic beasts. There were many demonic beasts living here, be they low rank or high rank. Lin Fei was prepared to become an ascetic, so he came to the bounty zone to understand the Blackwater Mountain Range. At the same time, he could earn some food to purchase martial arts. Even though he had obtained quite a bit of silver from leveling up, it was still far from enough to purchase martial arts. Chapter 37. P.S. Dear, please give me a few recommendation tickets. Are you sure you want to accept this mission? You don't want to change the other missions? You know, this is a 3-star mission, Blackwater Mountain Range. Hunt a 5th rank monster, Wind Fire Bear. You are definitely not its match now. On the workbench, a good-looking girl in white couldn't help but remind him. A 5th rank monster, Wind Fire Bear, lived in a group in the Blackwater Mountain Range. It had a strong defense and could attack with both wind and fire attributes. It was very famous. Normally, outer sect disciples who had not reached the 6th tier of the martial path would not challenge this type of monster alone. No need. I'll accept the 3-star mission. Among the many missions, Lin Fei chose a 3-star mission. This was because the rewards for this mission were plentiful, and it could also increase his strength. The most important point of this mission was to train the invincible Vajra body by challenging a group of demonic beasts and increasing his defensive capabilities. After registering the 3-star mission, Lin Fei turned around and left. He didn't want to stay here any longer. Hey, you forgot to take something. Behind him, a girl's voice suddenly sounded. Something. Lin Fei suddenly realized that he really did forget to take something. It was information about the Wind Fire Bear. Lin Fei was only left behind by the previous Lin Fei, so he didn't know much about the reward area. It was normal to ignore information. Sure enough, the woman handed over a document with a hint of curiosity in her beautiful eyes. Junior brother, the Wind Fire Bear is not that easy to deal with. Senior sister still advises you to give up this mission. You have to understand that if the mission fails, merit points will be deducted. If you lose merit points, it will affect your mystic arts. Yellow rank mystic arts exchange. The girl on the workbench was about 17 or 18 years old. She was wearing a light white dress. Her appearance was not outstanding, but she was a rare beauty. There was a faint smile on her cherry lips, exuding the vibe of a young girl. Thank you for your kindness, senior sister. I like all kinds of challenges. Only when there is a challenge can there be a variety of life. Lin Fei said with a smile. He took the document and left. The girl in white snorted. Humph, what an arrogant brat. Let me advise you. If you don't give me face, I'll curse you bad luck. As soon as she finished speaking, another woman appeared behind the white-clothed girl. Soon after, an ethereal voice rang out, like the tinkling sound of a stream flowing between mountains and rivers. Yu, what are you angry about? Sister Chinyu, you're out. The white-clothed girl ran out and hugged the green-clothed girl. She looked very unhappy, which attracted many envious and jealous gazes. They wished they could be that girl. Of course, if I didn't come out, how would I know? Our Yu seems to have taken a fancy to someone. Could it be that she's thinking about men? The green-robed woman smiled sweetly, like 100 flowers blooming. Humph, Sister Chinyu, you're so bad. You're the one who wants a man. Exiting the bounty area. Outside, there were still many people coming to the bounty area to accept bounty missions. They were striving to complete all kinds of missions and obtain enough merit points or large amounts of silver. The mysterious heavenly mainland was a world of martial artists. If a martial artist wanted to stand out and shake the entire continent, they would need to learn all kinds of powerful mystic arts. The most important thing was to gain a foothold. Yellow rank mystic arts were secondary. As an outer sect disciple, cultivating a mystic art that was suitable for them would require an astronomical amount of silver and merit points. A second-grade or third-grade mystic art would cost a few thousand silver. A yellow rank mystic art would cost more than 10,000 silver. Just the amount of money spent on Xian arts would be a terrifying figure. If a martial artist didn't cultivate enough mystic arts, he would be at a disadvantage when facing an enemy. If two people had the same strength, the other party would be able to suppress the other party with a few mystic arts and a yellow rank mystic art. In the divine martial sect, if a disciple of a family or a disciple of a poor family wanted to obtain a mystic art, they would need to earn all kinds of merit points. That was why the bounty area was so prosperous. The divine martial sect allowed its disciples to complete all kinds of missions. Both parties would benefit from it. Lin Fei understood that because of the girl's warning, ordinary people wouldn't dare to deal with the wind-fire bear. It was very dangerous. One might even die on it. Who asked a low-rank demonic beast to give me so little experience points? Why would I hunt a 5th-rank demonic beast? I'm just looking for trouble. What a pity. Oh right, that girl seems pretty good. She's pink and cute. If I can hook up with her and have a taste of her, that would be great. Lin Fei, you're finally willing to come out. It's not in vain that I've been waiting for you here. Just as Lin Fei was indulging in his fantasies, a deep voice filled with anger came from the front. The angry voice immediately attracted the attention of many disciples, because this was the entrance of the bounty area. Heavens, isn't that Lin Fei? Lin Fei is nothing. Why don't you take a look and see who is standing there? Who is it? Is he worth? What? Why is he here? Is he here for Lin Fei? How could senior brother Zhang Wanshan appear here? Isn't there a rumor recently that he's cultivating a mystic art? Could it be because of his younger brother Zhang Zhongshan? It must be so. Lin Fei once showed his strength and injured Zhang Zhongshan. Then he defeated Zhang Fenglang. I didn't expect that he would force Zhang Wanshan, an outer sect expert, to come out. Lin Fei is going to be unlucky. Once senior brother Zhang Wanshan is angry, no one can withstand his anger. When the eyes of the outer sect disciples fell on the young man who was emitting a cold aura, they all subconsciously shivered. It was as if they were in the depths of a world of ice and snow. They couldn't help but leave this area, avoid the cold aura. Zhang Wanshan, 8th heavenly layer of the martial path, an aura chi expert. When this name was mentioned, there was no one who didn't know it. Anyone who reached the 8th heavenly layer of the martial path and had aura chi protecting their body had a chance of becoming a Xian cultivator. Since Zhang Wanshan personally came out, everyone present understood what was going on. Senior brother Zhang Zhongshan, could it be that your injuries are almost healed and you want to continue to recuperate? If so, I won't be polite. A smile appeared on Lin Fei's face, revealing his pure white teeth. He took a step forward and said something that was unbelievable. Did Lin Fei eat the wrong medicine? The one who scolded Lin Fei was Zhang Zhongshan, who was recovering from his injuries. Don't come over. Stand still and don't move. Hearing this, Zhang Zhongshan's eyes flashed with fear. He subconsciously took a step back. It was only one step, but it exposed the fear in his heart. He lost to the trash Lin Fei. His big brother's helper, Zhang Fengling, was also defeated. Now he was lying in bed, recuperating. He subconsciously felt fear towards Lin Fei, but even he didn't know it. Lin Fei didn't care about Zhang Zhongshan. When he saw this guy recover so quickly, he couldn't help but be surprised. He really deserved to have an outer sect expert as a big brother. After taking a healing pill, his injuries were healed at a godly speed. His gaze turned towards a certain person. His expression slightly changed and his heart sank. This person should be Zhang Wanshan, an aura chi protection expert. Among the outer sect disciples, he is ranked in the top 30. He is Zhang Zhongshan's big brother. In his field of vision, there was a young man who looked similar to Zhang Zhongshan. He was as cold as an ice mountain, and the cold aura around him was oppressive. Before he got close, the cold aura attacked, and unknowingly an empty space appeared. Chapter 38. The person who came was indeed Zhang Wanshan, Zhang Zhongshan's elder brother, who was at the 8th sky of the martial path. Trash, what a disgrace! Get out of the way and stand still. Zhang Wanshan's voice was like a great bell, majestic and powerful. A cold light flashed on his face, causing Zhang Zhongshan's body to tremble. He glared at Lin Fei with a venomous gaze, then unwillingly retreated to the side. As for his elder brother, no matter how arrogant Zhang Zhongshan was, he knew that without his elder brother's support, he was nothing among the outer sect disciples. His 4th sky of the martial path was nothing to him. Facing his elder brother, he didn't dare to talk back. Instead, he vented all his anger on that trash Lin Fei. Elder brother, beat him to death and cripple him. Damn, this is an unlucky year. Why is Zhang Wanshan here? Lin Fei's face was calm, but his heart skipped a beat. That was the sole reaction left by the previous Lin Fei, which was still affecting him. Outer sect 8th sky of the martial path. Xian Qi turned into a shield, invincible defense. Every outer sect disciple was a famous figure. For someone like Lin Fei to meet Zhang Wanshan didn't even need to make a move to make him defenseless. He was currently at the 5th sky of the martial path, and he had learned the invincible body of Vajra and the 9-turn Heart Sutra. His fighting strength had increased tremendously, but he was still not Zhang Wanshan's opponent. The gap between them couldn't be made up in a short period of time. It's a pity I don't have enough time. If I had enough time. So what if they are at the 8th sky of the martial path? I will still step on them. Lin Fei couldn't help but clench his fists. Time. Zhang Wanshan's appearance. Lin Fei could easily guess what it was for. He was here to take revenge for Zhang Zhongshan, and he would definitely vent his anger on him. Zhang Wanshan moved, step by step. Every step he took was extremely slow. A powerful aura shot up to the sky, like a dark cloud covering the sky, shrouding Lin Fei's body. It was like an endless sea wave that swept over, making it hard for him to breathe. What is the sky? Zhang Wanshan is the mountain. What was an ant? Lin Fei was an ant. What a powerful aura. Is this the aura of someone at the 8th level of the martial path? Lin Fei desperately ran the 9 revolutions qi. His face was solemn, and he struggled desperately. The tyrannical momentum pressed down like a mountain, and his legs subconsciously knelt on the ground. Kneel down and apologize. Lin Fei instantly understood Zhang Wanshan's vicious scheme. If he knelt today, he would be completely finished. Today's humiliation would remain in his heart, and in the future, there would be inner demons in his cultivation. Apologize? Impossible. I, Lin Fei, have only ever knelt before my parents. Don't even think about making me kneel before this world. Zhang Wanshan, you are even more out of the question. Lin Fei roared in his heart. He clenched his fist so hard that cracking sounds could be heard. He revealed a look of defiance. Concede defeat? Impossible. Lin Fei's back, which was originally unable to straighten, once again stood upright against the mountain-like aura. His feet were rooted to the ground, like a pine tree on a high mountain, unafraid of the wind, the rain, and everything in the world. His blood was boiling, but Lin Fei forcefully held on, not allowing himself to vomit blood. Zhang Wanshan took another step forward, and his majestic aura pressed down again. His face revealed a bit of surprise. A mere guy at the 5th level of the martial path could actually withstand his aura. No wonder he could defeat his useless brother. Senior brother Zhang Wanshan, could it be that you want to challenge me? Lin Fei, who was bitterly holding on, suddenly asked in a loud voice. As soon as his voice came out, Zhang Wanshan's aura was completely at ease, as if it had never appeared. The pressure on everyone's heads disappeared. What a cunning kid. Zhang Wanshan truly hated Lin Fei, a trash from the Lin family, provoking the Zhang family time and time again. Not only did he injure his brother, but even if Zhang Chongshan didn't live up to expectations, he was still his brother, and not just anyone could teach him a lesson. If that was all, Zhang Wanshan wouldn't be so angry. Zhang Fenglang had helped out, and in the end he was heavily injured. This was undoubtedly adding fuel to the fire. Zhang Wanshan wanted to beat Lin Fei to death. A mere middle-ranked martial artist, even if he didn't die, he would still make Lin Fei a real piece of trash. Originally, he wanted to use his aura to make Lin Fei kneel on the ground, to redeem himself from the slap he made a few days ago. Unexpectedly, Lin Fei was too cunning, and he had no choice but to give up his aura. Lin Fei, you're good, very good, but you don't have the right to make me do anything. Zhang Wanshan's eyes were like knives, staring at Lin Fei. Although the word good seemed like a compliment, it sent chills down people's spines. His entire body was under immense pressure. What a domineering aura. Just one aura alone made the blood in my body churn, and I was almost injured, as expected of a high-ranked martial artist. Lin Fei gasped for breath, his face pale. That aura just now almost made him kneel on the ground. If he let this aura press down on him again, he couldn't guarantee that he would be able to withstand it. A hint of fear flashed in his eyes. With such a powerful aura, it was impossible for him to fight against Zhang Wanshan, unless he had enough time. So what if Zhang Wanshan was at the 8th sky of the martial path? As long as he had enough time, even if Lin Fei was a cultivator, Lin Fei was confident that he would step on Zhang Wanshan sooner or later. Right now, what Lin Fei lacked the most was time. As long as he had enough time, with the help of the level-up system, he would definitely beat Zhang Wanshan, who was at the 8th sky of the martial path, like a dead dog. I can't go on like this. Zhang Wanshan is definitely here to cause trouble for me. If I can't do it in one move, he must have some other plan. I need to gain the upper hand first. Lin Fei wasn't a reckless person. He immediately understood the situation he was in. What he needed to do now was to break out of this situation. If he didn't break out of this situation, it would be a dead end. Senior brother Zhang Wanshan, you don't have to make a move, but I want to challenge you in 3 months. Lin Fei said with a straight face, 3 months later, it's the semi-annual competition. I will beat you like a dead dog in the ranking competition and make you a stepping stone for me to step into the inner sect. Senior brother Zhang Wanshan, do you dare to accept my challenge? His loud and clear voice was transmitted through the profound qi and fell into the ears of all the disciples. Outside the bounty area, there were no less than 100 or even 1,000 disciples. Lin Fei's voice could be heard clearly by those who weren't deaf. Challenge, senior brother Zhang Wanshan. Lin Fei's way to break out of this situation. Thinking about it, senior brother Zhang Wanshan wouldn't make a move against him. Even if he was furious, he wouldn't dare to make a move. Now Lin Fei still lacked time, and this was the time to break out of this situation. In 3 months, even if he couldn't reach the 8th sky of the martial path, the difference wasn't big. Lin Fei was confident that he could defeat Zhang Wanshan. He would make a name for himself among the outer sect disciples. It was just as Lin Fei had guessed. As soon as these words came out, Zhang Wanshan's brows instantly furrowed and the corner of his eyes twitched slightly. He didn't expect that Lin Fei would be so cunning as to challenge him. His heart was filled with anger. If it was somewhere else, Zhang Wanshan definitely wouldn't care and would kill the other party with one slap. Now that there were many outer sect disciples, if he fought again today and defeated Lin Fei, who was at the fifth sky of the martial path, he would definitely become the joke of the entire outer sect the next day. Zhang Wanshan couldn't afford to lose. The anger in his heart was like a volcano, and he couldn't wait to kill Lin Fei immediately. At this time, Zhang Wanshan regretted not making a move in the first place. Instead, he was put under siege by Lin Fei. For the sake of his face, he wouldn't dare to make a move against Lin Fei for at least 3 months. Just thinking about it made him want to vomit blood. A dignified 8th sky of the martial path couldn't even deal with a kid. Humph, Lin Fei, consider yourself lucky. You might be able to hide from me today, but I do not believe that you will be able to do the same in 3 months' time. I hope that you will not disappoint me at that time. I will personally cripple you and turn you into a true trash. Zhang Wanshan snorted coldly, turned around, and left. Chapter 39. Zhang Wanshan turned around and left. Lin Fei also turned around and left. He didn't want to be surrounded by people like a monkey and disappear in the blink of an eye. Crazy, Lin Fei is really crazy. This is unbelievable. Senior brother Zhang Wanshan has already reached the 8th sky of the martial path. It is said that in the next 1 or 2 years he might become a profound practitioner. Lin Fei is only at the 4th sky of the martial path. Does he really think he can compete with Zhang Wanshan? Doesn't he know the difference between the two? He is simply courting death. He's probably daydreaming. Previously, he had defeated Zhang Zhongshan and Zhang Fengling consecutively. His confidence is off the charts, and he thinks that he can defeat Zhang Wanshan. Who knows? He might regret it later. There are less than 3 months left until the outer disciple competition. Even if Lin Fei is practicing the 9 Revolution Mental Sutra, I'm afraid he can't improve his strength quickly. Or maybe Lin Fei has some skills that he hasn't used yet. Can he compete with Zhang Wanshan? Let's wait and see. If Lin Fei is smart, he will take the initiative to leave the Divine Four Sect. Maybe he can exchange for a chance of survival. There are many injured disciples in the outer disciple competition. Senior brother Zhang Wanshan will definitely not miss this opportunity. A group of outer disciples were all discussing. Most of them didn't support Lin Fei. As everyone knew, it wasn't the first time that a middle-rank warrior challenged a high-rank warrior in the Divine Four Sect. However, the success rate was very low. Even if it did happen, it was due to various coincidences. In summary, there was still an insurmountable gap between high rank and middle rank. Could Lin Fei do it? They couldn't believe it. The chance of success was very small. Damn guy, he is so stupid. No wonder he wants to go to the Blackwater Mountain to kill demonic beasts. What a waste of my kindness to remind him. Zhang Yu pouted and said angrily, "Is that Lin Fei? The one who practices the 9 Revolution Mental Sutra?" No one knew when Li Qingyu and Zhang Yu had appeared at the door. The commotion outside had attracted their attention. The 2 beautiful scenery attracted the attention of many disciples. However, no one dared to take the initiative to talk to them. He is Lin Fei? Lin Fei, who cultivated a trashy mental cultivation method? No wonder he's so arrogant. Zhang Yu came to a sudden realization. Among the outer court disciples, Lin Fei was temporarily in a position that no one did not know. "Yu, don't talk nonsense." Li Qingyu scolded. The 9 Revolutions cultivation method is rumored to be a powerful cultivation method from another dynasty. If we can make up for its flaws, it will become an existence that cannot be ignored in the future. We can't come to a conclusion so easily now. Who knows what will happen in the future? In the future, it's wrong to judge people by their appearance. Those who can cultivate the 9 revolutions Xianqi usually have extremely strong comprehension ability. Zhang Yu sniffed with her cute nose, tilted her head, and asked, I've heard of Zhang Wanshan. He's at the 8th level of the martial path. Sister Qingyu, do you think highly of that Lin Fei? Feeling. That works. After leaving the bounty area, after returning to his residence, Lin Fei was not in a hurry to leave. He started to pack his daily necessities, preparing to head to the Blackwater mountain range. He had to plan ahead for today's matter. Half an hour later, the master and Zhao Hu heard the news and hurried over. Little Lin, are you really going to challenge that guy Zhang Wanshan? The master was originally practicing the broken jade hand. After hearing the news, he was shocked and immediately put down what he was doing and ran over to help Lin Fei. I have no choice. If I didn't challenge Zhang Wanshan, I probably wouldn't be standing here right now. Lin Fei smiled bitterly and told the master everything from beginning to end. As for hunting demonic beasts to level up, he directly hit it. The master said angrily, Zhang Wanshan is really a bastard. He's at the 8th level of the martial path, but he personally attacked you for a younger brother. Isn't he afraid of being looked down upon by the other outer court disciples? Isn't he afraid of losing face? Senior brother Lin Fei, are you really going to fight with Zhang Wanshan? Zhao Hu's eyes were full of admiration. In such a short period of time, Lin Fei had defeated Zhang Zhongshan, defeated Zhang Fengling, and now he was going to challenge Zhang Wanshan. This was something unimaginable. Among the outer court disciples, who knew how many lower-level disciples saw Lin Fei as an idol. Let's see how it goes. Lin Fei said carelessly, afraid that the master wouldn't be able to accept it. Lin, I know a few senior brothers, and they all have their own societies. If you want to join, I can introduce you to them. With their help, Zhang Wanshan wouldn't dare to not give you face, unless he doesn't want to stay in the outer sect anymore. Lin Fei shook his head and said tactfully, we'll talk about this later. I'll be going to the Blackwater mountain range to train. I wonder if there's a problem with not participating in the monthly competition? It's not a big problem. You're at the 4th level of the martial path now. You can register, and you should be able to pass. In this aspect, the master obviously knew more than Lin Fei. The Blackwater mountain range is full of danger. Do you really want to go? I'm at the 4th level of the martial path now. I haven't gone through all kinds of training yet. I heard that there are all kinds of low-level demonic beasts in the outskirts of the Blackwater mountain range. It's a good opportunity for me to train. Who knows, there might be unexpected gains. The master looked at Lin Fei and didn't say anything. As for the unexpected gains, he obviously didn't believe it. Then you must be careful. Don't go to the depths of the Blackwater mountain range. According to the master's words, Lin Fei personally went to the deacon. After a long talk, the result was just as he said. There wasn't much of a problem, and he successfully exchanged for 3 months' time. 3 months' time wasn't long, but it wasn't short either. For Lin Fei, it would be crucial. His strength would begin to increase rapidly, coming down from the Gate of Divine Force. Standing on the mountain road, looking at the Gate of Divine Force in the mountains behind him, Lin Fei clenched his fists tightly. A look of determination flashed in his eyes. 3 months later, I will use my actions to tell everyone that I, Lin Fei, am not someone who can be bullied by anyone. Leaving behind these lofty words, Lin Fei turned around and headed for the Blackwater mountain range. The Blackwater mountain range was located in the southeast of the Buluo dynasty. It was an ungoverned place. From the Gate of Divine Force, it was more than 2,000 miles away. It would take about 5 days to get there. It wasn't too far, but it wasn't too close either. At this time, Lin Fei began to miss the era of planes. With planes, he wouldn't have to work so hard. After going down the mountain, Lin Fei planned to go to a small town at the foot of the Gate of Divine Force to buy some clothes. More importantly, Lin Fei wanted to buy a weapon for self-defense. Divine Force City, in the nearest small town at the foot of the Gate of Divine Force. After spending 100 taels of silver, Lin Fei changed into a black robe to prevent information from leaking in the Blackwater mountain range and attracting the attention of outsiders. After buying his clothes, he turned around and went to the weapons shop to buy weapons. This was the first time that Lin Fei went down the mountain. After all, he had traveled through time and read all kinds of novels. It was absolutely impossible to travel in Jianghu without a weapon. He was buying a sword and a saber. In the end, Lin Fei chose to buy a saber which could be used together with the cut-in-half saber technique. Its power would be even greater. In addition to this, Lin Fei spent 1,000 taels of silver to buy an ordinary maroon horse that could run a few hundred miles a day. He wanted to use it as a mount. A good horse that could run 1,000 miles a day could not be used for the time being. Under the noon sun on the wide official road. I love you, like a mouse loves rice. A lazy and strange voice came from the official road. From afar, a maroon horse galloped on the official road, stirring up a trail of dust. In his sight, a young man sat on the maroon horse, looking exhausted. When he looked in a certain direction and saw the tip of the iceberg, a smile appeared on his exhausted face. Damn, I'm finally here. I'm really exhausted these few days. I don't have a plane or a car. I can't take it anymore. When can I fly? That would be great. This black-robed young man was Lin Fei, who came all the way from the Gate of Divine Force. He could not help but sigh at the sight of a martial arts expert who could fly. When I reach Blackwater City, I'll stay for a night and buy a map to understand the situation in the Blackwater mountain range. I'll choose another day to enter the Blackwater mountain range and hunt for demonic beasts. The maroon horse did not stop and went straight for the building in front of him. At the same time, on another mountain road, 6 horses galloped on the official road, stirring up a trail of dust that danced in the air. Everyone, hurry up! That little bastard, Lin Fei, must be in Blackwater City. We must find him before he enters the Blackwater mountain range. A deep voice sounded in everyone's ears. Lin Fei sure runs fast. If he didn't catch us off guard, he would have died in our hands. Why did he have to follow us all the way here? That brat deserves death. Chapter 40. Blackwater Mountain Range. Blackwater City. As the Blackwater mountain range brought in all sorts of demonic beast goods and rare treasures, this small, unknown city started to gain popularity. Gradually, it became a big city that everyone knew. In Blackwater City, one could enjoy the life of a sovereign if they had money. There were many big and small brothels in Blackwater City. Beautiful women were as common as the clouds, and they had all kinds of different colors. Blackwater City had a large amount of wine brewed by the tribal dynasties. Apart from that, there were also all kinds of secret techniques, divine weapons, and everything else. It was precisely because of this that Blackwater City was so prosperous today. Experts from all over the world gathered in Blackwater City, treating it as one of their homes. Great sale! Rank 3 Azure Cloud Tiger Cub, 10,000 silver, guaranteed to be worth it. Rank 2 Demonic Beast Pet, Snow Rabbit. It's cute and obedient, loved by all. Beauties passing by, don't miss this opportunity. 10-year Spiritual Herb, Yin Yang Grass. Original price is 30,000 silver, but it's now on sale for only 1,908 silver. You didn't hear wrong, 1,908 silver. You only have one chance, don't miss it. Looking for 10 cultivators in the 7th heavenly layer of the Martial Path. Excellent treatment, guaranteed safety. The Soaring Sky Mercenary Group is looking for 50 cultivators in the 6th heavenly layer of the Martial Path. Food and lodging are covered, and there's a huge bonus. What are you waiting for? Join the Soaring Sky Mercenary Group immediately. When Lin Fei entered Blackwater City on the official road, he was immediately attracted by all sorts of shouts. A flourishing aura assaulted his senses. What a great place! No wonder Blackwater City is so prosperous because of the Blackwater mountain range. After traveling for 5 days straight, Lin Fei's exhausted face finally revealed a smear of joy. Getting off the horse, Lin Fei walked on the streets and saw experts everywhere, some of them dressed in strange clothes. Lin Fei was excited. Was this the rumored Jianghu? Lin Fei found a place to sell the date red horse for 700 taels of silver. The Blackwater Mountain Range was about 200 kilometers away from Blackwater City, so it was not suitable to keep the date red horse. Even if Lin Fei returned to Blackwater City in the future, he would rather die than ride the date red horse. After selling the date red horse, Lin Fei walked into a pretty good inn. He planned to take a good rest and understand the situation the next day before entering the Blackwater Mountain Range. Waiter room. He stayed there for the night. When he woke up the next day, Lin Fei felt refreshed. The tiredness from the journey had disappeared without a trace. Once a martial artist stopped and used his qi to nourish his body, his essence, qi, and spirit could be restored. Usually in a day or two, he would be almost fully recovered. He came out of the tavern to find out more about the situation in the Blackwater Mountain Range. In the end, Lin Fei got busy. It turned out to be much easier than he had imagined. The reason for that was because Blackwater City sold information about the Blackwater Mountain Range everywhere, including all kinds of dangerous places and places where demonic beasts lived. Lin Fei used 1,000 silver taels to buy a meticulously marked map. The map included all the danger zones in the Blackwater Mountain Range and the places where demonic beasts lived. It was very detailed. Details determined success or failure. Lin Fei felt that spending 1,000 taels of silver to buy a map was worth it. Aside from buying the map and information, Lin Fei spent another 1,000 taels of silver to buy detoxification elixirs and healing elixirs. He finally understood that in the Xiantian continent, the consumption of elixirs was also a bottomless pit. After resting for a day, the sky gradually brightened on the third morning. Blackwater City was covered in a white fog. Between the mountains and forests, the humid air covered the area. Under such circumstances, Lin Fei quietly left Blackwater City and headed towards the Blackwater Mountain Range. There was an official road between Blackwater City and the Blackwater Mountain Range. Compared to other small roads, the official road was safer. 2 hours later, Lin Fei saw an endless mountain range in the distance. It gave off a majestic aura. This was the famous Blackwater Mountain Range in the Buluo dynasty. It was a place where demonic beasts lived. It produced all kinds of herbs and demonic beast fur. It was loved by all sections. At the same time, it was listed as a place of death. Countless martial artists lost their lives in the Blackwater Mountain Range. Even so, the Blackwater Mountain Range was still a popular place for people to explore and search for treasures. Blackwater Mountain Range. Within 3 months, I will survive and train in this place. Lin Fei took a deep breath. His eyes were filled with determination. No matter how dangerous the Blackwater Mountain Range was, he would walk to the end. He would not turn back or retreat. He would be regarded as a martial artist. The situation near the Blackwater Mountain Range. Lin Fei knew clearly that a large number of low-level demonic beasts lived in the outskirts of the Blackwater Mountain Range. Mid-level demonic beasts of the 4th rank and above could be found all over the Blackwater Mountain Range. Lin Fei had already memorized all the places where the demonic beasts lived in the Blackwater Mountain Range. If I go from here, I will reach the area where the 4th rank demonic beasts, the mad wolves, live. I can use the mad wolves to test my skills and see what a real mid-level demonic beast is like. Keeping the map of the Blackwater Mountain Range, Lin Fei looked at a place and made a decision. In a flash, he dashed into the forest and ran towards the east. I can't use the agile monkey movement technique here. I can cultivate the drifting wind movement technique to the greater success stage here. Who knows, if I encounter a demonic beast, I can use the movement technique to escape. As Lin Fei's thoughts were running wild, he suddenly felt a chill down his spine. His hair stood on end, and an indescribable sense of danger quietly arose. Vaguely, he could hear the sound of something piercing through the air. Not good, there's danger. A cold light flashed, like the light before the darkness, descending from the sky. At the critical moment where his life was in danger, his body, which was in the air, sank down like a rock. He displayed the agile monkey movement technique and dodged to the left, barely dodging the attack. Even though his reaction was fast, his cheeks were still hit by a gust of wind, causing blood to flow out. Bang! The big tree behind Lin Fei exploded under the light of the blade, causing leaves to dance in the air. Who is it? Who wants to kill me? After landing on the ground, Lin Fei panted heavily. He didn't care about the blood on his cheek. Like a leopard, he was on guard against his surroundings. The black iron saber on his back fell into his hand and stood in the air, shining with a cold light. In that instant, he almost died. This was the first time Lin Fei felt that the distance between life and death was so close. Even now, he still had lingering fears, and his chest was heaving up and down violently. That was so dangerous. If my strength hadn't reached the 5th level of the martial path and my 6 senses had been greatly enhanced, I would have been killed by that sneak attack. No matter who they are, I must kill them. Clap, clap, clap. Accompanied by the sound of a rhythmic applause, Lin Fei's pupils dilated slightly. His 6 senses could feel an aura locking onto him. Chapter 41. P.S. Thanks to Brother Peach Blossom One for the tip. As soon as he finished his words, 5 men in black walked out from the woods and surrounded Lin Fei in an instant. The auras of the 5 black-clothed men were all at the 5th heavenly layer of the martial path. From the shape of his face, one could vaguely tell that he was a fellow with thick eyebrows and big eyes. His name was Shangwu. One of them was holding a steel saber, and the saber chi came from him. Who are you guys? When Lin Fei saw these people, the word Zhang clan immediately popped into his mind. Apart from them, no one would dare to make a move on him. He had provoked Zhang Wanshan at the entrance of the bounty area, and the other party did not dare to make a move on him due to the pressure, but they still held a grudge against him. Now that Lin Fei had left the Xinwu sect and lost his protection, he went to the Blackwater mountain range alone, which was a great opportunity for them to kill him to vent their hatred. With a quick thought, Lin Fei immediately guessed who was the one who wanted to kill him. He was instantly enraged. Zhang family, Zhang Wanshan, you've gone too far. He who asked you to offend our senior brother. Now that our senior brother wants you dead, you have no choice but to die. Anyway, the environment of the Blackwater mountain range is pretty good, so it's not a bad idea to die here. Remember today, this day next year will be your death anniversary. Let's go. Shang Wu sneered and raised his arm. The 3 men in black behind him received the order and drew their sabers and swords out of their sheaths, charging at Lin Fei. They had set up an ambush here in advance to kill Lin Fei, but to their surprise, Lin Fei had dodged their attack. They did not want anything to go wrong. Lin Fei's face was stained with blood, which made him look extremely ferocious and terrifying. I don't care who you are, I'll kill you today. Deep down, Lin Fei was a competitive person. In order to deal with him, they had chased him for thousands of miles. If it wasn't for the improvement of his strength, he would have been severely injured or killed in the Blackwater mountain range. It's a good thing you guys don't know that my strength has increased, so I can use you guys as an example. Your mistake was to scheme against me. The black iron blade was held horizontally. A cold light flashed in Lin Fei's eyes. With a light tap of his foot, he rushed forward like a leopard. His long blade drew out a blade flower, and a sharp blade aura unfolded. Cut it in half. This was the saber technique Lin Fei's leveling system provided, one cut in half. Lin Fei's counterattack made them feel amused. One of the black-clad men brandished his saber vigorously. When he saw Lin Fei counterattack, he revealed a disapproving expression and chopped down with his saber. "Little bastard, you dare to attack me? You can go to hell." As the long saber descended, a long white saber light slashed down from the sky, wanting to kill Lin Fei within the saber light. The air in the sky seemed to be sliced apart by the saber light. At this stage of strength, the saber light could be extended to a length of 3 meters. It was considered as being immersed in this saber technique for a considerable amount of time. This person was a powerful expert. Everyone thought that no matter how strong Lin Fei was, he would eventually die under this saber technique. There was no other choice. There was a difference of 1 realm between the two, and the saber technique was a first-rate saber technique. Ruthless saber. Unexpectedly, the saber light descended. From the bottom to the top, a cold light slashed out. Similarly, the small saber light was instantly shattered by a white light. Before everyone could react, the white light slashed through the black-clad man's body with the force of thunder. Everything stopped at this moment. Everyone sucked in a breath of cold air. How could this be? My ruthless saber! What kind of saber technique is this? The black-clad man's entire face maintained an expression of disbelief. Immediately, a crack burst open on his face. Under everyone's eyes, the black-clad man's body was split into 2 with a loud bang. A strong smell of blood assailed their noses. Saber technique, 1 cut in half. Move, 1 cut in half. The saber was just like its name. No one thought that the little bastard, Lin Fei, would have such a powerful saber technique. The saber technique was so sharp and domineering that it killed Wu Tian with 1 slash. "Little bastard, you actually killed senior brother Wu Tian. How dare you?" The remaining 4 black-clad men couldn't help but show anger on their faces and then shock. Isn't your strength at the 4th heavenly layer of the martial path? When did you advance to the 5th heavenly layer of the martial path? How could you advance so quickly? Lin Fei's chest violently heaved. Although he had already simulated that attack many times in his mind, he was still shocked by the power of 1 move, 1 cut in half. Killed Wu Tian. 5th heavenly layer of the martial path. Gained 500 experience points. Congratulations, player Lin Fei. You have activated the killing system and obtained a medal that allows you to enter world of martial arts. Once you equip it, you will obtain a supplementary skill that increases your speed by 1. You can only use it once, and it will last for the time it takes for an incense stick to burn. Suddenly, the sound of the upgrade system came. Lin Fei almost couldn't come back to his senses. When did the upgrade system come with such a function? Damn, killing will give experience points? Did I hear it wrong? Lin Fei had been having a headache. He was entangled in hunting monsters, but he didn't think that killing people could also give experience points. It was even not worse than killing monsters. Although this was the first time he killed people, Lin Fei didn't have the slightest discomfort. Instead, he was full of excitement. Right now, he couldn't give them a chance. He had to solve the danger first. Haha, very surprised, right? Lin Fei withdrew his thoughts. The black iron blade stood horizontally, blood dripping down. The blade glowed with a cold light, and his eyes were filled with cold, killing intent. Don't ask why, because you will all die under my blade. 1 cut in half. Lin Fei moved again, attacking the person closest to him. He swung the black iron blade and spat out Qianqi. Suddenly, a 3-meter-long blade light appeared out of nowhere. A terrifying aura emerged. The black-robed man was still immersed in disbelief, and before he could recover, his eyes filled with unwillingness. His body split into 2 and exploded, pulling the other 3 black-robed men back to reality. Everyone attacked together. This blade technique is strange. Don't be alone. The leader, Shang Wu's wooden face turned into anger. Then he couldn't help but reveal an astonished expression. He never thought that this trash, Lin Fei, would play such a big joke on them. The rumor that he was at the 4th layer of the martial path was completely wrong. He was caught off guard and killed 2 people in a row. Qing Yun's sword technique. First move, mountain among the clouds. Rushing thunderblade technique. Second move, thunder strike. Cloud C sword technique. Third move, continuous cloud C. The 3 men in black had never thought that the 3 of them would join forces to deal with the trash in their eyes. Now, in their eyes, he had become a powerful figure. Little bastard, if the 3 of us attack, even if you have the strength of the 6th heaven of the martial path, you will still die by our hands. No one can stop the 3 of us. The blade light and the sword light crossed the sky. Lin Fei maintained a rare calmness and performed the cut in half in one breath. It consumed about 40% of his Xian Qi, and he still had 60% of his Xian Qi in his body. Although the 3 of them are strong, I have the invincible Vajra body, so I am not afraid of them. In any case, I can't let them leave. Once the news gets back, I will be in big trouble. Especially this cut in half. Even a yellow-level blade technique may not be able to compare with it. Lin Fei gritted his teeth, and his eyes were filled with determination. He had to kill them. Fight. Cut in half. Now, Lin Fei could only place his hopes on this saber technique, cutting in half. He injected 50% of his Xian Qi into the black iron blade, raised it in the air, and directly performed the cut in half. The black iron blade suddenly made a buzzing sound. Boom! The saber light, which was originally 3 meters long, immediately became 3 meters long. There was a trace of black in the white saber light. The ferocious and ruthless saber intent was like a raging storm, mercilessly chopping everything in its path. It gave off an unparalleled aura. My cut in half saber technique, the grade is unknown, and it is not an ordinary Xianqi. I don't believe that I can't stop you. The blade light fiercely slashed out. The 3 men in black suddenly felt their scalp tingle. Even the 6th layer of the martial path did not dare to underestimate the power of their joint attack, but now they felt a dangerous aura from a blade technique. Unbelievable. Boom, boom. The sword light was broken. The blade light was broken. One move broke, one move cut in half. Where the long blade pointed, the blade light swept across the sky, smashing all 3 major attacks. Even so, there was still a large amount of aftershocks that fell on Lin Fei. The whole person was directly blasted out and hit a big tree, causing countless leaves to fall. The 3 men in black were like wooden stakes, motionless, and their faces were frozen in disbelief. What a domineering blade technique! This is definitely not an ordinary blade technique. Little bastard, you will die a horrible death. Senior brother will definitely avenge us. Rumble. Chapter 42. P.S. Thank you, Peach Blossom 1 brother, for the tip. Congratulations on becoming the first apprentice. In the forest shrouded in white fog, birds chirped from time to time. Cough, cough. The thick smell of blood scattered in the forest, followed by a strange sound. Huff, they're finally dead. Under the towering tree, someone stood up shakily, as if a gust of wind could blow him away. Needless to say, this person was naturally Lin Fei. Huff, huff. Lin Fei's complexion was pale as he panted roughly. His chest heaved up and down. His black robes had been torn by the shock waves, turning him into beggar's clothes. He looked very miserable. Thinking back to the attack just now, even Lin Fei felt that it was too bold. Thankfully, everything was as Lin Fei had expected. The move was cleaved in 2, breaking the main attack. When the aftershocks of the attack landed on his body, the invincible Vajra body played a huge role, blocking the majority of the attack. Only then was he able to stand there safely. If not, Lin Fei would not be standing so easily. Killed Shangwu, 5th tier of the martial path. Gained 500 experience points. Killed Shangli, 5th tier of the martial path. Gained 500 experience points. Killed Shangwu, 5th tier of the martial path. Gained 500 experience points. The cold voice of the leveling system sounded as usual. Hearing the leveling system's reminder, Lin Fei breathed a sigh of relief and then spat out a mouthful of blood. The invincible Vajra body is still not strong enough. If I could reach the higher realm, the aftershock of the 3's joint attack would have been more than enough to block, and I wouldn't have to struggle like this and even suffer minor injuries. Lin Fei laughed at himself. If this news were to spread, everyone would be dumbfounded. 5 little experts at the 5th layer of the martial Dao were easily beaten to death. This was definitely an unbelievable thing. Not many people would believe this to be true. Lin Fei was proud of this achievement. Unfortunately, in Lin Fei's eyes, he was still too weak. Who knew how many people would feel ashamed of this thought? After taking the qi gathering pill, he meditated. After a while, the remaining 10% of Xian qi in his body had more or less recovered. He had a certain amount of combat power in case of unexpected danger. Lin Fei stood up again and prepared to look for loot. After finally finishing off the enemy, Lin Fei began to think about his spoils of war. He didn't know when it started, but Lin Fei was very concerned about the spoils of war. 5 little experts at the 5th level of the martial path. No matter what, they should have some wealth. Lin Fei thought to himself. After a while, Lin Fei was speechless. Damn, you can't be playing with me like this, right? When Lin Fei wanted to look for the spoils of war, he saw the ground littered with corpses. He could not help but regret using such a tyrannical saber technique. One cut in two, as the name suggested, one cut in two. The tyrannical attack power caused their bodies to explode and become incomplete. The banknotes and the like had all been reduced to dust. As for the secret manuals and the like, there was no need to mention them. After searching for a while, Lin Fei forced a smile. At least he had found something. First was the silver. The banknotes were crushed, so of course there was silver left. At least there was no problem with the silver, and there was no problem with the gold either. After a rough calculation, there was about 1,000 taels of silver and 500 taels of gold, which could barely be considered a harvest. Along the way, I happened to be short of silver. Just nice. Lin Fei was overjoyed. No one would dislike silver and gold. A martial artist would never complain about having too much of their necessities. Rushing thunder saber technique. A secret manual. This was the only secret manual that had not been crushed by the Xianqi. Not a bad saber technique. Cutting in half is domineering and ferocious. However, it consumes too much Xianqi. This galloping thunder saber technique also focuses on big movements and domineering moves. It's a first-class Xian art. It's perfect for practicing. Lin Fei did not like the sword technique. Lin Fei liked the saber technique. The power of the one cut in two saber technique was beyond ordinary imagination. 1 cut to 3 attacks had left an indelible impression. It was suspected that it was not inferior to a yellow-level saber technique. Hence, Lin Fei's interest in the saber technique was piqued. A first-class Xian art, rushing thunder saber technique, would cost at least 10,000 taels of silver in the outside world. Lin Fei's harvest from this trip was pretty good. Fortunately, Lin Fei had set off early. There were not many people in the periphery of the Black Water Mountain Range. He could not be bothered to deal with the corpses on the ground. He believed that he would find out who the culprit was when he returned. No matter who it was, Lin Fei would not let them have it easy. He would remember this debt. Periphery of the Blackwater Mountain Range. Towering trees stood in the forest. The huge branches blocked the sunlight. The huge forest was filled with an eerie aura. It was as if he had returned to the primeval forest. This place is not bad. There shouldn't be anyone who would come here. I can make use of this place to master the flowing wind movement technique. Lin Fei appeared under the towering trees in a black robe. If he had not been ambushed, Lin Fei would not have been so careful. Because of the ambush, Lin Fei decided to master the flowing wind movement technique to great perfection before entering the Blackwater mountain range to hunt demonic beasts. The one cut in half saber technique is comparable to a yellow grade saber technique. Then this flowing wind movement technique should not be any weaker. If I had learned the flowing wind movement technique and executed it together with a saber technique, its might would definitely be stronger than before. With the understanding of the one cut in half saber technique, Lin Fei was filled with anticipation for the flowing wind movement technique. The spirit monkey movement technique was just an ordinary movement technique. It was far from being comparable to the flowing wind movement technique. In the dangerous Blackwater mountain range, a good movement technique would undoubtedly be very useful. It could save one's life at a crucial moment. Player Lin Fei, are you sure you want to practice the flowing wind movement technique? I'm sure. When the flowing wind movement technique reward came, Lin Fei did not practice it. Instead, he kept it in the storage box. When the system's voice sounded, the profoundness of the flowing wind movement technique flowed into Lin Fei's mind like a warm current. His expression couldn't help but change. What a strange movement technique. After comprehending the profoundness, Lin Fei's expression changed. The flowing wind movement technique was actually not an ordinary movement technique. Instead, it was a combination of movement technique and qigong. Movement technique, flowing wind. Qigong, flowing wind. The combination of the two was a rather strange existence. Lin Fei was not in a hurry to practice it. Delaying it for 4 to 5 days wasn't a big problem. He would first study it thoroughly. Qigong, flowing wind. There was a total of 3 realms. The first realm, man like the wind, coming and going without a trace. The second realm, wind like the man like the wind. The third realm, one with the wind, omnipresent. Qigong, flowing wind. It wasn't hard to understand the meaning of the words. Moreover, the system had given him the profoundness of Qigong. As he read it word by word, Lin Fei's brows would occasionally furrow and relax. He was completely attracted by Qigong, flowing wind. When he finished reading the last sentence, he couldn't help but applaud. The heavens are really helping me. This Qigong, flowing wind, is suitable for me to practice. If I had learned Qigong, flowing wind earlier, even if it was just the first realm, killing the 5 of them would be as easy as flipping my palm. Chapter 43. P.S. Thank you again for your tip. Number 1 Peach Blossom Brother. Blackwater mountain range. In a remote forest. Pum. High up in the sky, a figure fell like a kite with a broken string. At this moment, the earth seemed to be trembling. What kind of wind movement technique is this? Is it so hard to learn even the entry level? The person who got up from the ground shook his body, shaking off the leaves and dust on his body. He couldn't help but let out an unhappy voice that echoed in the forest. I don't believe it. It's just wind movement technique. If I can't even learn the first level, how can I hunt monsters? Pum! The young man fell again. Damn, again! Pum! The sound of falling echoed again in the forest. Obviously, the young man failed again. Again, I don't believe that I can't learn it. Pum! Again. Pum! Pum! During this day, in the remote forest, the sound of falling from high up could be heard from time to time. The branches of the towering trees shook as if they couldn't bear to see it. Pum! After another failure, the young man got up from the ground. His whole body was in a mess, as if he had just come out from some remote forest. Continuously failing, continuously trying, it was Lin Fei. After failing countless times, Lin Fei frowned. He couldn't imagine why he couldn't learn it when he knew the profound meaning. Huff, huff! After exhaling a mouthful of turbid air, a rumbling sound came from his stomach. He was hungry. Let's find something to eat first and talk about it later. Cultivating wind movement technique was harder than expected. The small first level had troubled Lin Fei for an entire morning. Until now, he had no clue. He hunted a low-level snow rabbit. Lin Fei killed it without hesitation. He took firewood and set up a barbecue rack. For him, who had barbecued before, this was not difficult and could be done easily. I clearly understood the profound meaning. Why can't I learn wind movement technique? What is going on? Sitting on a rock and looking at the barbecued rabbit meat, Lin Fei fell into deep thought. After leveling up, the profound meaning of the wind-borne movement technique was transferred to his brain. Lin Fei did not need to comprehend it. Learning any mysterious technique would be extremely fast. Invincible Vajra body, jade-shattering hand, cut in two. Lin Fei learned it with ease. There was no difficulty. Unfortunately, one of them was stuck at the level of lightness skill, which was a very complicated matter. In the first realm of Qigong, the person was like the wind, coming and going without a trace. Literally, when one's speed reached a certain limit, they would become something similar to the wind, successfully entering the first realm. One would be like the wind, coming and going without a trace. Could it be that I'm stuck somewhere? But why can't I reach the limit of my speed when I'm using my Power Upanishad? No, it's not like that. Could it be that I need to comprehend something? Only then can he successfully learn Qigong and enter the first realm? Lin Fei was conflicted. He subconsciously covered his head with both hands. If the wind flow movement technique wasn't important, Lin Fei wouldn't cultivate it even if he was beaten to death. Unfortunately, the wind flow movement technique was extremely important. If he could learn the wind flow movement technique, his battle prowess would increase by 1 to 2 times. Everyone knew what a 1 to 2 times increase in battle prowess meant. That was just one of the reasons. The second reason was that he accidentally activated the killing system and obtained the new world of martial arts medal. Once he used it, his speed would increase by 1. As for the effects, he did not know for the time being. Lin Fei believed that if he learned the wind flow movement technique, if he ran into any danger and activated the new world of martial arts medal, his speed would reach a terrifying level, and it would become one of his trump cards. For this, he had to learn it even if he did not want to. What did I do wrong? There's no reason for this. Lin Fei was not the kind of person who only focused on cultivation. The key was to find the source of the problem. Once he understood this, all the problems would be solved. Why should he be afraid that he would not be able to learn a movement technique? Lin Fei continued to be conflicted. He was very troubled at that moment. A cool breeze blew in his face. The cool and cold breeze blew past Lin Fei's face. It moved the wound on his cheek, and he felt refreshed all over his body. The burning flames flashed with waves of heat. As the breeze blew, they swayed lightly and turned into all sorts of shapes. They were shapeless and formless, and they allowed the cool breeze to pass through them. Some people said that it was easy to understand something, but if you did not, it would be as difficult as ascending to heaven. Lin Fei was conflicted. His gaze landed on the flames unintentionally. He was just in time to see the cool breeze blow past him, but there was no trace of it. In an instant, he felt as if there was something extra in his heart. The branches swayed. The flames swayed. There was a cool feeling left behind by the cool breeze on his face. He could not catch it, could not hold it, and could not find it. That's right. It must be like this. I finally understand what I did wrong. A thought instantly appeared in Lin Fei's mind. With a whoosh, he stood up. His speed was so fast that it was unbelievable. He seemed to have understood something. The wind follows the tiger, and the clouds follow the dragon. Why did I have to stubbornly work on the skills? Wind flow movement technique is the essence of wind. Wind is shapeless, colorless, and traceless. Wind is everywhere and nowhere, Lin Fei's eyes lit up. Qinggong wind flow. As his voice fell, Lin Fei's body moved at a strange angle. The tip of his foot touched the ground. His entire body suddenly floated out like a gust of wind. That's right, floated out. There was no trace of him, no trace of him. He could not grasp the direction. His speed was unbelievably fast. The afterimages left behind at the original spot seemed to prove that someone had been here before. Success. I finally grasped the first realm of wind flow movement technique. Being like the wind, coming and going without a trace, Lin Fei could not have thought of anything. Because of a small accident, he comprehended wind flow movement technique. He originally thought that he would be stuck for a few days. Once he started, Lin Fei realized that when he used wind flow movement technique, other than the lack of control of strength, there were not many problems. It was just as the first realm said. Currently, he was only at the first realm. Being like the wind, coming and going without a trace. Lin Fei realized the difference between before and after. He had learned the first realm. Qinggong wind flow. Movement technique wind flow. Lin Fei realized that he had comprehended it. It was as if he had remembered it in his mind. He could use it as he wished. There was no situation where he was stuck. After using it consecutively, Lin Fei's face was full of excited smiles. Cut in half. Lin Fei grabbed the black iron blade and moved with the wind. If there was someone present, they would definitely be shocked. Lin Fei was like the wind. In an instant, he closed the distance, leaving an afterimage. In just a breath's time, Kacha! A millstone-sized giant tree, under the blade, flew up, leaving a smooth side. It fell down with a rumble, startling countless birds in the forest. Haha! With this speed and this blade technique, my combat strength has more than doubled. If I meet a martial artist of the fifth sky of the martial path again, don't even think about blocking my attack. Looking at the smooth gap, his face was full of shock. Just now, it was just a flash of inspiration. He did not expect wind flow movement technique to be so powerful with the blade technique cut in half. Chapter 44. Blackwater Mountain Range. In the impenetrable forest, a figure floated like the wind and landed lightly on a tree branch. With another tap, the figure suddenly floated dozens of feet away. His body was as light as a swallow, and he disappeared into the forest in the blink of an eye. Is this the area where the rank 4 berserk wolf lives? Once again, landing on a towering tree, a certain someone looked down at the area and couldn't help but frown. Ever since he reached the first realm of drifting wind movement technique, he spent half a day consolidating and grasping his strength. In the beginning, he couldn't control the distance and couldn't pinpoint the exact position. Now he could pinpoint the exact position within a certain radius with just a thought. After familiarizing himself with the drifting wind movement technique, Lin Fei headed straight for the rank 4 berserk wolf's territory. He wanted to level up. He wanted to level up continuously. Demonic beasts were the best tools to level up. A low and ferocious aura came from the forest. Lin Fei's brows twitched. His eyes lit up when he smelled the aura of a demonic beast. The rank 4 berserk wolf was one of his targets. Rank 4 berserk wolf. In the forest, a grayish-white berserk wolf about 3 meters long appeared. It looked like an enlarged version of the green wolf on Earth. It had a pair of blood-red eyes and a suffocating aura. It swayed its huge body and came out from the forest. When it stood there, a huge pressure could be felt. At the same time, it gave off a ferocious gaze. Ao, 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 ao. After the berserk wolf howled for a while, it scared away countless birds in the forest. It turned around and dragged out a demonic beast's corpse. It opened its bloody mouth and tore the sturdy demonic beast's corpse apart in an instant. How terrifying, damn, as expected of the rank 4 berserk wolf. Lin Fei, who was hiding on the tree, widened his eyes. He could smell the dangerous aura coming from the demonic beast. Lin Fei had killed many low-rank demonic beasts and thought that it was a mid-rank demonic beast. After witnessing the ferociousness of the berserk wolf, he realized that a rank 4 demonic beast was not something that low-rank demonic beasts could compare to. Be it in terms of aura or methods, the rank 4 berserk wolf was a strength-type demonic beast. It had a strong defense and a ferocious temperament. Anything that entered its range would become its target and was feared by others. Information about the berserk wolf immediately appeared in Lin Fei's mind. This guy must have a lot of experience. Lin Fei licked the corner of his mouth and looked at the upgrade tool. Roar. To Lin Fei's surprise, the mad wolf, who was devouring the demonic beasts with its head lowered, raised its bloodshot eyes and released a murderous aura as it looked at Lin Fei's hiding place. Not good, I've been discovered. Lin Fei did not expect that the 4th rank demonic beast, the berserk wolf, would have such acute senses that it could actually discover his hiding place. So be it. There's nothing to worry about. Today, I will make an example out of you. The black iron saber fell into his hand. With a turn of the blade, a cold light appeared. Indistinctly, Lin Fei's resolute expression fell on the long saber. Flowing wind movement art. Lin Fei moved in an instant. With a light tap of his toes, he floated down from the tree like a falling leaf, erratic and without a trace. This was precisely the miraculous aspect of the flowing wind movement technique. Rushing thunder saber art. First form, unceasing torrent. The long saber pointed straight at the mad wolf. After learning the flowing wind movement art, Lin Fei certainly did not mind learning the rushing thunder saber art. This saber art belonged to the first class Xian art. It had a total of 6 moves. Its power was inferior to the one cut in half. When it was used, the power would be doubled with the help of the 9 revolutions Xian Qi. The consumption of Xian Qi was not big, and it was very suitable. The mad wolf had finally killed a demonic beast and was about to enjoy its spoils of war. When it saw an outsider, it suddenly became extremely irritable, thinking that it was being provoked. The surrounding air seemed to be stagnant at this moment. Roar! The fierce roar of the mad wolf vented its dissatisfaction. It threw off the food under its body, and its huge body soared into the air. Not because of its cumbersome weight, it did not have any stagnation. Its huge claws grabbed the air, and a cold light shot out, aiming straight at Lin Fei's vital parts. A violent and ferocious aura suddenly broke out from the mad wolf. Just in time. Lin Fei was unmoved. The black iron saber in his hand tightened. The long saber light slashed down, wanting to cut the mad wolf in half. Kang Chong! The rushing thunder saber technique contained the might of thunder. When it reached great perfection, it would produce the sound of thunder. When such a move landed on the mad wolf's body, its huge body was sent flying like a kite with a broken string. It crashed into countless trees and startled the birds in the forest once again. Roar! The mad wolf flung off the fallen leaves on its body as though it was never injured. It stared angrily at Lin Fei. What a powerful defense! My rushing thunder saber technique is currently at small perfection. What it lacks is learning and usage. I did not expect a rank 4 demonic beast, the mad wolf, to be able to block one of my saber techniques. It is indeed a middle rank demonic beast. This is good. My rushing thunder saber technique has yet to reach great perfection. With the mad wolf's incredible defense, it can help me completely grasp the rushing thunder saber technique and reach great perfection, increasing my strength. After landing, Lin Fei could not help but be startled. Countless thoughts flashed through his mind, and he could not help but smile. Movement technique, flowing wind. Rushing thunder saber technique. First form, unceasing torrent. Rushing thunder saber technique. Second form, thunderous strike. Rushing thunder saber technique. Third form, myriad lightning rush. Time passed quietly, and no one knew how much time had passed. It was still the same place, the same person, and the same demonic beast. Lin Fei danced like a falling leaf, leaving behind a series of afterimages. If anyone was here, they would definitely be shocked. This was not something that could be achieved with a movement technique. Along with Lin Fei's movements, every time his saber landed, there would be a faint rumbling sound of thunder in the air. In the silent forest, the rumbling sound could be heard clearly. This was a sign that a saber technique was about to reach great perfection. Using a strength-type mad wolf to practice a saber technique, probably only someone like Lin Fei, who was not afraid of death. Puff, puff, puff. The saber technique was like an antelope's horn, untraceable and unblockable. It was perfect. My rushing thunder saber technique is almost done. All that's left is time. If I continue, there will not be any effect. It's time to end this. The mad wolf, who was constantly being used as a training target, did not have the aura that a rank 4 demonic beast should have. It was like a stray dog, miserable and pathetic. Thunderous strike. Rushing thunder saber technique. Second move. Once again, it was executed. First, there was the sound of thunder. It was filled with a majestic aura, suffocating and terrifying. It was like thunder in one's ears. A saber technique that was about to reach great perfection. Before the saber was unleashed, the aura was already formed. The aura was like the saber, and the saber was like the aura. Within the saber technique, there was a flash of lightning. Ayo! The mad wolf had long been beaten black and blue. After this saber appeared, the mad wolf's pupils dilated infinitely. He could feel a dangerous aura coming from every pore on his body. He was unable to resist or counterattack. The saber technique that was as fast as lightning chopped down from the waist of the mad wolf. Hemp pole legs, tofu waist, broom tail, iron brain. Lin Fei had always remembered this in his heart. Killing the mad wolf was like killing the green wolf. The tofu waist was the only weakness of the mad wolf. Kacha! This saber contained the might of thunder. It chopped down from the waist of the mad wolf, splitting the mad wolf into two. Blood and organs splattered everywhere. The mad wolf did not understand why it died, killed a rank 4 demonic beast. Obtained 300 experience points. Chapter 45. Unending Torrent. Thunderstrike. A loud rumbling sound rang out. In a forest somewhere in the Blackwater mountain range, a rank 4 demonic beast fell to the ground. Fresh blood flowed everywhere, dyeing the grass on the ground red. Killed rank 4 demonic beast, lightning beast. Obtained 300 experience points. Lin Fei held onto his long saber. Fresh blood flowed down the surface of the saber and dripped onto the ground. The rushing thunder saber art is about to reach greater mastery. It will save me a lot of effort to kill the rank 4 demonic beast, Berserk Wolf. Once I reach greater mastery, I will probably be able to kill a demonic beast with a single slash. After retrieving the valuable fur from the demonic beast, Lin Fei turned around and disappeared into the forest, leaving behind the demonic beast's carcass. This repeated action was repeated in various places in the forest. On the 8th day in the Blackwater mountain range. On the 18th day in the Blackwater mountain range, the rushing thunder saber art was cultivated to greater mastery. Every slash was accompanied by the sound of thunder. The power was terrifying and contained a dangerous aura. Slash, slash, slash. In the forest of the Blackwater mountain range, the battles and cultivation continued in the vast forest. A rank 4 demonic beast, lightning tiger, transformed into a flash of lightning that was hard to catch with the naked eye. Even with such speed, it still couldn't dodge the attack. A thunder strike slashed out from the middle, splitting the lightning tiger into 2 halves, leaving behind a ground full of fresh blood. Killed rank 4 demonic beast, lightning tiger. Obtained 300 experience points. Killed rank 4 demonic beast, lightning tiger. Obtained 300 experience points. Killed rank 4 demonic beast, lightning tiger. obtained 300 experience points. On the 25th day in the Blackwater mountain range, unending torrent, thunder strike, thunder rush. With his long saber in hand, Lin Fei's elegant movements were like a piece of art. He danced in the midst of the demonic beasts without any change in his expression. Instead, he wore a smile and remained calm. He executed the drifting wind movement technique and was like an omnipresent breeze, untraceable and untraceable. Roar! With a flash of the saber, a rank 5 demonic beast fell to the ground. Its tough defense was like a fragile piece of tofu under the saber's attack. Killed rank 5 demonic beast, fiery wind bear. Obtained 500 experience points. Roar! The wind flame bear roared, and its huge body charged at Lin Fei from behind. If Lin Fei was struck, he would be heavily injured, even if he didn't die, and he would lose his ability to fight. Humph! A mere demonic beast, lie down. As if there were a pair of eyes behind Lin Fei, he moved with the wind, and with a strange speed, he suddenly appeared behind the wind fire bear. The long saber in his hand followed the momentum and chopped at the weakest part of the wind fire bear. The wind fire bear's body was split into two and blood splattered everywhere, dyeing Lin Fei's clothes red. Killed a rank 5 demonic beast. Obtained 500 experience. When Lin Fei executed the flowing wind movement technique, he was like a cool breeze. Although the 5th-tier demonic beasts were powerful, they could not harm him in the slightest. Every time he was in a dangerous situation, his movement technique would flow with the wind, defying the heavens. If it were an ordinary person, they would have been killed mercilessly in the encirclement. The saber light flashed, and the demonic beast fell. If someone was here and witnessed all of this, they would probably find it inconceivable. An hour later, Lin Fei was like a man covered in blood, standing among the corpses of the demonic beasts. His killing intent was so dense that no one dared to approach him. 10,000 experience gained. Lin Fei let out a long breath and looked at the injuries on his body. He could not help but smile bitterly. A rank 5 demonic beast. Regardless of attack power or reaction speed, it is several times stronger. No wonder no one has ever dared to challenge a group of rank 5 demonic beasts. I am probably the first person to do so, right? Rubbing his nose, Lin Fei smiled proudly. He started by killing rank 4 demonic beasts alone. Then he challenged them in groups, earning a large amount of experience. At the end, he basically killed them with a single slash. This process lasted for a total of 20 days. Then Lin Fei changed his target from rank 4 demonic beasts to rank 5 demonic beasts. At the beginning, he only hunted rank 5 demonic beasts alone. After that, he killed many demonic beasts. Different demonic beasts had different weaknesses. It was very helpful to be able to identify them in battle. Today, Lin Fei was a little unlucky. Originally, he wanted to kill a wind flame bear, but he was careless and entered the wind flame bear's hunting area. Thus, the previous scene of a group of bears attacking him happened. Fortunately, there was no danger. At most, he only suffered superficial wounds. I still need about 100,000 experience points to level up. I think it will take less than 10 days. Blackwater Mountain Range, 36th day. Die. A rank 5 demonic beast fell to the ground. In a month's time, Lin Fei had already trained the rushing thunder saber technique to greater mastery. Every slash was ferocious and overbearing. Killed rank 5 demonic beast blood wolf. Obtained 500 experience points. Congratulations to player Lin Fei for successfully advancing to the 6th sky of the martial path. Obtained 100 treasure bag and 5,000 silvers. The system's voice rang. Although he was mentally prepared, Lin Fei could not help but shout when he heard the notification. Ha ha ha, I have finally reached the 6th sky of the martial path. An earth chi expert at the 8th sky of the martial path pressed down like a mountain. Lin Fei was under great pressure. Advancing to the next level was equivalent to increasing his ability to resist. Advancing to the sixth sky of the martial path took about 2 months. It was neither too long nor too short. Lin Fei was not dissatisfied. If this news spread to the divine martial sect, many people would be shocked. After the excitement, a black bag appeared in Lin Fei's hand. It was small and exquisite, bright and shiny. This is 100 treasure bag. Originally, he thought that advancing to the sixth sky of the martial path would either be a fist technique or a saber technique. In the end, 100 treasure bag appeared. He could not help but be shocked and surprised. When his attention was focused on the 100 treasure bag, a strange scene appeared. 100 treasure bag, a space that a martial artist carries with him. It can store all kinds of things, cannot store living things, cannot be traded, disappears upon death. Items will be dropped. After the system notification, Lin Fei was dumbfounded. Damn, it can't be something like a space ring, right? I remember that the divine martial sect had a record. In the Xiantian continent, anyone who reached the profound realm would receive 100 treasure bag to store all kinds of things. Could it be that this is 100 treasure bag? According to the notification, Lin Fei easily grasped the method to use the 100 treasure bag. The method to use the 100 treasure bag was very simple. Just think of an item, and anything that could be stored in the 100 treasure bag could be stored in the 100 treasure bag. It was convenient and fast. Apart from being excited, Lin Fei was once again shocked. After trying it out, he confirmed the miraculousness of the 100 treasure bag. Someone from the divine martial sect had mentioned that their 100 treasure bag was only the size of a table, but Lin Fei's 100 treasure bag was the size of half a room, and it was completely empty. I've struck it rich. I've really struck it rich. Lin Fei understood the benefits of the 100 treasure bag better than anyone else. Not only was the size of the 100 treasure bag impressive, but it was also a treasure. Haha, it just so happens that my demonic beast fur is almost full. With this 100 treasure bag, I don't have to worry about it anymore. The first thing Lin Fei thought of was that he was about to run out of demonic beast fur. He was just worrying about how to continue storing it. He couldn't possibly waste the demonic beast fur. After putting away the demonic beast fur, Lin Fei opened the leveling system to check his experience bar. He was shocked once again. His original 300,000 experience bar had instantly increased to 500,000 experience bar. It was a total of 200,000 experience bar, and he almost fell to the ground. Damn, this is killing me. Before he could recover from his shock, the ground suddenly trembled slightly. It spread all the way to his feet, and he immediately felt it. Qinggong, flowing wind. Chapter 46. P.S. Asking for recommendation votes. Kiss. Don't hide. You are a good kid if you vote for me. Kiss. Everyone come and be a good kid. Kiss. There seems to be movement in front. Lin Fei stood on the tree and looked into the distance. On the towering tree, Xiao Chen could barely see what was going on in the surroundings, and he could see most of it. Isn't this the aura of demon beasts? Looking carefully, Lin Fei had a strange look on his face. He suspected that he had made a mistake. How could such an accident happen? After advancing to the sixth heaven of martial Tao, Lin Fei's sixth senses had strengthened a lot, so he vaguely felt that there was a terrifying aura in the distant mountains, rolling in this direction. The earth trembled because of the attack of the demon beasts. Lin Fei didn't believe that he would be wrong. There was indeed the aura of demon beasts coming from afar, and there were some powerful demon beasts that were strong enough to kill him. What's going on in the mountain range? Why are there so many demonic beasts running out? Is there a big boss in the mountains? Lin Fei was a game otaku, and the first thing that came to his mind was a big boss that appeared out of nowhere. His eyes suddenly lit up, like a man seeing a naked woman. Other than the big boss, no one else could scare the demon beasts away? After observing for half an hour, there should be a big boss. Lin Fei looked into the distance and landed in the depths of the mountains. He was sure of his guess. If an ordinary person encountered a group of demon beasts, their first thought would be to turn around and run to a safe place. Lin Fei was different. Compared to others, his face showed an expression of eagerness. My wind-borne body technique has reached the first realm. I am like the wind, coming and going without a trace. Don't encounter too much danger. My body technique is enough to deal with it. If I encounter a demon beast war, maybe I can be the fisherman. Young people were impulsive and hot-blooded. Lin Fei's strength had just advanced to the 6th heaven of martial Tao, and his Xian Qi could be condensed. Compared to condensing Xian Qi, his strength had improved again, so it was normal for him to have this idea. The demon beasts are running away in front. I can grasp the method of condensing Xian Qi along the way to improve my combat effectiveness. Lin Fei was the kind of person who would not regret his decision. Blackwater mountain range. From time to time, all sorts of roars could be heard coming from the originally quiet forest. The roars shook the heavens and reverberated continuously. Rumble. Accompanied by a loud sound, a huge, fiery red creature rushed out of the thicket in a frenzy. It was as if it was frightened by something. Without caring about the situation, it crashed into a few trees, causing blood to flow and flesh to fly everywhere. Ignoring its injuries, it rushed back into the thicket like a wisp of smoke. Its eyes were filled with endless fear. This was a 4th-order demonic beast, the Wind Flame Bear. Who would have thought that the rank 4 demonic beasts that were so arrogant would turn into stray dogs? What kind of demonic beast was it that drove them out? Could it be a rank 6 demonic beast? Or a 7th rank demonic beast? Standing on the tree, Lin Fei's eyes were filled with sorrow and doubt. Along the way, there were many similar situations. The 4th rank demonic beast was just one of them, and it was not considered a powerful demonic beast. At least, that was the case in Lin Fei's eyes. Rank 4 demonic beast, Earth Bear. 5th rank monster, Blackwater giant crocodile. Rank 3 monster beast, Swamp crocodile. 2nd rank demonic beast, Jungle leopard. Within the forest, all the demonic beasts that could be seen had turned into stray dogs as they fled in a certain direction without a care for their lives. A wave of demonic beasts of such a scale would cause anyone's scalp to go numb. Once they were trapped by the demonic beasts, they would be severely injured, even if they didn't die. Basically, the former had a higher chance of survival. At this moment, the group of demonic beasts did not differentiate between friend and foe. All that was left was to run for their lives. Rank 6 demonic beast, giant rampage bear. Within the group of demonic beasts, a 20-foot-tall gray bear let out a furious roar and killed a rank 5 demonic beast with a palm that was the size of a praying mat. With a series of roars, a few more demonic beasts were killed. Somewhere, someone let out a sound of disbelief. What the hell? Why is a rank 6 demonic beast here? Lin Fei was dumbfounded. After a bout of madness, the giant rampage bear rejoined the group of demonic beasts, as if it was just venting its dissatisfaction. Even a rank 6 demonic beast could be chased out. Lin Fei could hardly imagine it. Could it be a rank 7 demonic beast that chased them out? He stopped again. Lin Fei silently pondered whether to go in or not. A suspected rank 7 demonic beast was equivalent to an expert at the 7th heaven of the martial Tao. Compared to the same level, it was a terrifying existence that was much stronger. A rank 7 demonic beast dares to chase away a rank 7 demonic beast? Something big must have happened. As a martial artist, how can I retreat? Anyway, I have never seen a rank 7 demonic beast in my life. I might as well go and take a look. That rank 7 demonic beast can't possibly deal with a nobody like me, right? Lin Fei shamelessly found a reason for himself. He was going to admire the rank 7 demonic beast. What a nonsense reason. Was a rank 7 demonic beast something that a martial artist at the sixth heaven of the martial Tao could admire? 2 hours later, Lin Fei used his qing gong to move with the wind, turning into a gentle breeze as he walked through the forest. This area is probably the rank 7 demonic beasts territory. I didn't expect that all the demonic beasts living here would be driven out. Along the way, until this area, the word quiet described the domineering rank 7 demonic beast. Lin Fei never doubted his own feelings. Roar! Before he could check the exact location, an enraged roar came crashing down like a great river crashing down on him. Puff! Caught off guard, Lin Fei vomited a mouthful of blood. The qi and blood in his body surged, and he lost his balance, nearly falling off the tree. He stabbed the saber in his hand into the tree before he could stabilize himself. What a terrifying roar! This is definitely not what a rank 7 demonic beast can have. This must be a rank 8 demonic beast. It must be a rank 8 demonic beast. Lin Fei's face showed a look of horror. If he didn't cultivate the 9 revolutions mental technique, the Xian Qi in his body was better than ordinary people, and his body was stronger than others. If he was replaced by a 6th heaven of the martial Tao, he would be seriously injured or killed by a roar. Silently running the 9 revolutions mental technique, after dozens of breaths, his qi and blood stabilized. In any case, he was injured before he finished his apprenticeship and almost failed miserably. Rank 8 demonic beast. Rank 8 demonic beast. How could there be a rank 8 demonic beast? Following the direction of the roar, Lin Fei was not frightened and moved forward cautiously. He was inexplicably injured by a rank 8 demonic beast. No matter what, he had to see who the other party was. There seems to be fighting in front, and there is a strong force. Chapter 47. Rank 8 Demonic Beast, Devil Scarlet Sun Monkey. Through the gap in the forest, Lin Fei's scalp went numb. His forehead was drenched in cold sweat, and he didn't even dare to make a sound. His heart and breathing quickened as he stared at the scene in disbelief. It really is a rank 8 demonic beast, a super boss. Oh my God. Outside the forest, there was a completely different world. A 30 feet tall devil scarlet sun monkey with black scales covering its body was the best defense. A red glow flickered on its huge head, revealing its ferocious face. The terrifying aura it emitted was so strong that no one dared to look at it directly. It was holding a tree that had been uprooted and swung it around vigorously. The scene was a mess, with corpses and bones scattered all over the place. The strong smell of blood filled the air. Rank 8 demonic beast, devil scarlet sun monkey. A demonic beast with an ancient bloodline. Bang, bang, bang. The devil scarlet sun monkey's eyes were bloodshot, and its sturdy scales were covered with wounds. It must have suffered countless attacks to have such injuries. The gigantic tree fell into the hands of the demon monkey. It was like a gigantic weapon that was swung around in the air. Cracks appeared on the ground, as if the ground had been completely dried up. The strong qi waves turned into strong gusts of wind that attacked everything within the perimeter, regardless of whether they were alive or dead. The ones fighting against the devil's scarlet sun monkey were a group of people in white outfits. There were around 30 of them, and each of them was quite powerful. There was a golden saber embroidered on their left chests, and it was dazzling under the scorching sun. One of the top 3 sects in the unfalling dynasty, the Saber God sect. The disciples of the Saber God sect were working together, and it was as if they were casting a saber formation. The saber rays were extremely powerful, and they surrounded the devil scarlet sun monkey. The devil scarlet sun monkey was unable to break free from the encirclement, and its combat ability was greatly restricted. The devil scarlet sun monkey let out a roar of anger and unwillingness. Humph! Rank 8 demonic beast. Devil scarlet sun monkey is nothing. Under the demon ceiling's saber formation, even a rank 8 demonic beast will die. Outside the battlefield on a small empty field, a few disciples of the Saber God sect surrounded a young man in purple outfits. They were on guard, and their eyes were darting around. Young Master Chung, you're right. Demonic Scarlet Sun Monkey, a rank 8 demonic beast, is unlucky to run into young Master Chung. In less than an hour, it will be killed by the demon sealing saber formation. I've heard that the devil monkey scorching sun possesses the bloodline of an ancient demonic beast. This demonic beast must possess the bloodline of an ancient demonic beast, which explains its current strength. Thank you for your reminder, Uncle Wen. The purple-clothed young master had a dignified appearance, and there was an evil air between his brows. He exuded a sense of arrogance, causing others to not dare to look down on his identity. Young Master's luck is extremely good this time. Even the heavens are helping young Master. If you can refine a trace of the ancient demonic beast's bloodline, you will definitely cultivate a strong body. I think the other young masters are definitely not as good as you. That's true. This young master's talent is outstanding. How could the few of you be a match for me? The purple-robed young man said proudly, when the fiendish monkey is about to die, I will have to trouble Uncle Wen to take a strand of the ancient demonic beast's bloodline. Young master, there's no need to stand on ceremony. This old man will do it. Damn, so it's the Saber God sect that forced the level 8 demonic beast out. Other than them, no one else would dare to make a move against an level 8 demonic beast. Lin Fei held his breath, not daring to be careless. He heard every single word spoken by the purple-clothed young man. Ancient demonic beast's bloodline? No wonder this level 8 demonic beast is so powerful that it chased all the demonic beasts out. It must be because of the demonic beast's bloodline, right? It wasn't easy for him to reach this place, and Lin Fei was unwilling to leave. The Saber God sect was one of the 3 major sects in the Unfalling Empire, and their strength was on par with the Divine Martial sect. The ancient demonic beast's bloodline might be something good. It's a pity that those white-clothed men have a powerful aura, and they might even be above the 7th heaven of the martial path. As for that Uncle Wen, he must be even more powerful. If this purple-clothed young master was on Earth, he would either be the son of a wealthy family or a powerful official. Trying to snatch something from them is equivalent to courting death. Lin Fei's mind spun quickly as he tried to think of a way to get some benefits. That's a cave? His gaze fell onto a cave about 500 zhang away from the scene of the battle. In front of the cave was a dense forest, and if one didn't pay attention, it would be easy to overlook the cave. I'm rich. A level 8 demonic beast's cave might have some good stuff. If I can't get the ancient demonic beast's bloodline, you guys can eat the meat, and I can drink the soup. Lin Fei had always been brave, and he even dared to come here in waves of demonic beasts, let alone a cave. The cave was located in the forest, and it wasn't too far away, so they could take a detour. If it wasn't for the fact that Lin Fei had practiced the flowing wind movement art, he wouldn't have the confidence to do so. After reaching the first realm of the flowing wind movement art, he was like the wind, and he could come and go without a trace. At this moment, they were all focused on the level 8 demonic beast, the demonic scarlet sun monkey, and ignored the cave in the forest. If it wasn't for the level 8 demonic beast devouring other demonic beasts when they arrived, the cave would have been discovered long ago, and Lin Fei wouldn't even have a chance. Flowing wind movement art. Once the movement art was used, his body was like the wind. Lin Fei's heart was in his throat. Whether he could succeed or not depended on this movement art. You must succeed and don't disappoint me. After all, you are a gift from the system. Don't give me a knockoff. 100 feet. 200 feet. He was getting closer, even closer. 300 feet. The forest was a great help to Lin Fei with the cover he had. 400 feet. 500 feet. Seeing the entrance of the cave, Lin Fei suppressed his excitement, and he instantly turned into the wind and dashed into the cave. At the same time, Uncle Wen, who was standing beside the purple-robed man, subconsciously looked towards one of the directions with sharp eyes. At that moment, Uncle Win vaguely felt that there was something strange in the forest, but he didn't pay much attention to it. With his strength, he would be able to detect any movement in the forest. The most important thing now was to use up the chi and blood of the level 8 demonic beast and kill it. That was close. Luckily I came in, or else I would have been discovered by that person. That special gaze made Lin Fei's heart palpitate. It was as if he could see through one's heart, and there was nowhere to hide. He was definitely a powerful cultivator. After entering the cave, Lin Fei felt nervous, as if he was having an affair with someone else. He hid in the corner, afraid that the person would rush in. 10 breaths later, Lin Fei finally felt relieved. Since the person didn't notice him, the treasures in the cave should belong to him now. Coming out from the corner, the light in the cave was dim, and he could barely see the surroundings. The cave was huge and long, and there was a damp smell in the air. In the corner, there were many bones piled up. They must be the bones of demonic beasts. Chapter 48. P.S. For those who like this book, please cast an important vote and help Woody go further and higher. Xiaoka thanks you. Since ancient times, demonic beasts have been divided into high and low ranks. As a low-rank demonic beast, they are used to acting on instinct, but high-rank demonic beasts are completely different. They will have the opportunity to open up a certain level of intelligence and know how to occupy a place as their own cultivation ground. Their growth rate is usually faster than ordinary demonic beasts. The red sun demonic monkey is one of them. At the end of the cave is an open space. Lin Fei stepped in, and a rotten smell assaulted his nostrils. He almost suffocated and fainted in the cave. This is the legendary lair of the 8th rank demonic beast. The light in the cave is very dim. Fortunately, Lin Fei's strength has been promoted to the 6th sky of martial path. Although he can't see in the dark, he can barely see 70 to 80%. The area of the cave is not very big, about the size of a room. Like the outside, there are many skeletons scattered, emitting a gloomy aura. Perhaps because of the lack of air circulation, there is a rotten smell, forming a thick smell that almost suffocates. The battle outside is ongoing. Lin Fei does not dare to waste time, fearing that they will break in, so he needs to get the benefits first. Don't let me down. Lin Fei prays to the gods in his heart. No wonder Lin Fei thinks so. If he doesn't get anything and meets those people outside, it will be a tragedy. The area of the demonic beast cave is not big. Lin Fei checks it very easily. After a while, he finally found something. In the corner, the things piled up like a mountain entered Lin Fei's vision. Armor. Lin Fei picked up the tattered thing at the top and barely recognized it. It was a piece of armor. He didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Could it be that this rank 8 monster beast regarded armor as a treasure? What's the use of a broken armor? Demonic beasts like to occupy certain things. Lin Fei has heard before, so he is not surprised at all. It is not easy to find a pile of things, of course. He will not miss the opportunity. Lin Fei carries the spirit of hard work and keeps searching. After a while, he exclaims, "Good heavens, this sword is really sharp. It almost cut my palm." Suddenly, a long sword appeared in Lin Fei's hand. The sword's hilt was decorated with jewels. Anyone with a discerning eye would know that it was a good item. This sword should be a low-grade mortal weapon. It shouldn't be a problem to sell it for 20 to 30,000 taels of silver. In the mysterious heavenly continent, weapons were divided into 6 grades. Mortal grade was the lowest, followed by genuine weapon, royal weapon, imperial weapon, monarch weapon, and divine weapon. Each grade was divided into lower grade, middle grade, upper grade, semi-supreme grade, and supreme grade. In Lin Fei's hand was a low-grade mortal weapon. After knowing that the sword was a mortal weapon, Lin Fei grinned. Hee, I'm going to be rich this time. A low-grade mortal weapon. If I put it outside, I'll have to fight for it nonstop. This time it's all mine. a low-grade common weapon. Lin Fei immediately put it into his 100 treasure bag. This time, the 100 treasure bag really came in handy. Lin Fei was sure that the items in the corner were the spoils of war collected by the 8th grade demonic beast after killing the human experts. Now they were all going to be his. This armor is not bad. It can still be used after some repairs. I'll keep it. Damn, who would bring a beauty fan out for no reason? I'll keep it first. Who knows? I might be able to get a girl in the future. Spear? It's barely passable. I can sell it for money. Parting hook? Looks good. I'll keep it first. Lin Fei was in a good mood. He didn't hold back at all. With the 100 treasure bag on him, he didn't let go of anything valuable. He couldn't let others take advantage of him. Take everything and keep everything. This was Lin Fei's usual style. After a round of searching, all the good items were taken away. What was left were some worthless items. Most of them were junk. Just as he was about to change to another place to search, a black light flashed at the bottom of the pile of junk. If not for Lin Fei's good eyesight, he wouldn't have noticed that there was still something on the ground. Hey, a black saber? At the bottom of the corner, there was a black saber about 3 feet long. It was equivalent to about 1 meter on Earth. It was black all over. There were small grooves on the saber, emitting a cold aura. It was lying on the ground and was almost ignored. Lin Fei didn't know why he had a feeling that this saber was destined to be with him. With the strength of the 6th firmament of the martial path, there was no weapon that he couldn't pick up. However, when he grabbed the black saber, a strange scene appeared. The black saber didn't move at all. After several attempts, the black saber was like a huge rock that wouldn't budge. Damn, I don't believe it. Lin Fei was suddenly angry. He ran the 9 revolutions, mysterious qi in his body, and poured it into his hands. He shouted, "Up!" With the help of the 9 revolutions, mysterious qi, the black saber was caught in an instant. Because of the strong force, Lin Fei lost his balance. The black saber fell straight from his hand, shining with cold light. Crash! Lin Fei was scared out of his wits. He couldn't believe the scene in front of him. My luck can't be so good. The black saber fell on the ground and cut a big hole, smooth and flat. Lin Fei couldn't imagine what it would be like if it fell on a person's body. He couldn't help but break out in a cold sweat. Good stuff, good treasure. The black saber was very heavy and the material was never heard of. Lin Fei found another saber. When the two came in contact, they were immediately cut. A divine weapon. He took the risk to enter the cave to find good things. In the end, he found a divine weapon unexpectedly. Lin Fei couldn't help but be excited. In the Blackwater mountain range, Lin Fei was dissatisfied with the weapon he bought. It wasn't sharp enough to kill the demon beasts. Now, he loved this divine weapon so much that he couldn't put it down. Roughly speaking, it was at least at the level of a high-grade ordinary weapon. The only regret was that this black saber was very heavy. Fortunately, Lin Fei practiced the invincible Vajra body. His body was strong. If it were others, they wouldn't be able to hold it. He reluctantly put away the black saber. He planned to find a chance to try it again after he went out. After checking around the cave, Lin Fei couldn't help but be disappointed. Besides this pile of scrap metal, he couldn't find anything else. An 8th rank demon beast. It can't be so poor. Lin Fei couldn't help but mutter. He looked around again. Humans were greedy people. Lin Fei was the same. After searching in the cave again, Lin Fei's eyes couldn't help but light up. He looked at a certain place, on an inconspicuous rock wall in the cave. On the damp rock wall, weeds grew. Looking carefully, there was a vine growing on the huge rock wall. It had black leaves. The black vine had branches and leaves. It was faintly discernible. Lin Fei subconsciously took a few steps closer. He immediately saw it clearly. The black vine was strange in itself. On the top of the black vine, there were 3 fruits. The 3 fiery red fruits were like the tip of a finger. They flickered and emitted traces of heat. It was a very strange existence. Lin Fei couldn't help but open his mouth. Could it be a strange fruit? Lin Fei was wondering what kind of fruit it was. His hands didn't stop moving. He went straight to the rock wall, ready to pluck the fruits. After all, there was no harm in plucking them. Kid, you're courting death. Put down the crimson sun fruits.